MyWay.com.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now.
Are you ready to hear something that will not only make you feel better, but will actively excite you?
Yes!
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Bringing you the names you know. Ryan Schuling.
Ryan, thank you for having Lauren Boebert on like you do. All of these guys, Brockler and the rest of them. It's just been great.
Mornings 6 to 10 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by Apple Air. For heating and air, you can't go wrong with a company 30 years long. Hey, listen, I know Todd from the very beginning. He's been on our referral list from day one. That's Apple Air, Apple Air, air with an E, appleair.com. He says he's been in business for 40 years because he loves people. He loves giving you great deals and honest second opinions. Please call Apple Air for any of your problems, 303-733-2813. I love great companies. Gosh, I've known them for so long, Apple, and then Excel, and we have so many wonderful people. Genesis, and then we have in the studio John Fuller. Let me bring up the studio cam for those streaming. John Fuller, Fuller Law. He's a personal injury attorney. John, did I put away some doozies for you?
Good.
Today.
Fantastic.
Listen, I'm going to start right out with one. And Suze, thank you for getting that camera up. Marc Mager on remote.
Of course.
Suze is in the studio with a couple deputies and John, and I think we have Deputy Bo and Deputy Dollar. Is that who I'm seeing there, or do I?
You have Deputy Chopper.
Chopper.
And Deputy Dollar today,
I'm sorry.
Tom.
Chopper and Dollar.
That's
thank
okay.
you. And then we have John. I'm going to start out with one. Marc Mager, are you there, sir? Are all maybe he's late getting signed on, but we'll get him on. Anyway, let's just go right to it because this one is cool. Somebody said they had a dog in their car that was injured. No fooling. And I got this and I said, next time John's on, I'm going to put this away. So, John, they want to know. And they have their own thoughts on this. And I'm going to tell you what happened, but first I want to get your take on it. John Fuller, by the way, is a personal injury expert, car accident expert, our traffic accident expert. I've known John for many, many years. I've represented him because he is a great guy, and truly, and I mean that sincerely. I mean, he takes cases and he treats you like a trusted friend. You get his cell phone number, you can call or text at any time. And that's no bull. I mean, he really does that. It's incredible. And I like that you don't have to make an appointment and go through a lot of red tape when it comes time for your case. You just call and say, I want to talk to John. You get to talk to him and he'll start on your case right away if you want. So John, the dog, what do you think happened?
Oh, I'm guessing... You mean physically what happened to the dog? I'm guessing.
No. I'm thinking. I want to know.
Got injured.
I want to know what you think. What do you
is,
think the other party is telling him? It was the other party's fault.
I think the other party is telling them that dogs are considered personal property in Colorado, and therefore, it's very difficult to get a lot of value out of an injured pet. It truly is. That's
exactly right. That's what they're saying. But they're saying that they found some law in other states. They think they can fight it, but geez, how do they fight that, John? I mean, seriously now, I don't want to make fun of this. This is a very very loved part of their family, beloved part of their family. Okay. The pet is damaged. She didn't say the injuries, but sustained injuries. And you're right. They say, look, medical bills, vet bills, the dog, it's not even like a show dog or anything. So it has a finite value. And the adjuster is saying, look,
Right.
you know, if we paid you for the dog, it's not going to be much. I always joke and say it's $1.95. And I don't mean, I love animals, and ask Suze what she thinks Dima's worth, her little Aussie. She'll say $1 million.
She's worth everything, Tom.
$1 million, I know. So anyway, John, what do you do in a case like that? Though you really can't, you can't fight City Hall on this, can you? Can you try to get more than the dog is worth? I know there have been some cases where there were unusual circumstances right in this state where an attorney fought because some house cleaners let the dog out. The dog got injured and or killed, and she got pain and suffering for that. So what do you think? Like, is it too difficult to try to argue that you need to get more than the dog's worth for the injuries? They should pay for the vet bills. What do you think?
Yeah. So, I mean, I never say never, Tom, but the reality is the law doesn't support those claims.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that some adjuster may decide as a business decision to throw some value towards that issue just to make it go away and to resolve the claim, because, let's face it, they have to incur expenses to defend an action. They have their attorneys, even though they're largely in-house attorneys for a lot of the major carriers. There's still expenses that go along, and there's still risk. And a jury may put value on the personal injuries of the plaintiff, even though it really technically should be the injuries of the pet, which would not be compensable. So there's always risk. And I can't say that a carrier wouldn't, put some value towards it to make it go away. But truly speaking, the law doesn't really support anything beyond the value of that animal as an animal.
All right.
And our dog is the same way. I'm sure my wife would go check on the dog first if we were in a bad accident and finally get around to me. But so I get it, but it's just one of those things that the law doesn't really support.
Right. I understand. Our number, by the way, if you have a question for John Fuller or any question, problem, or complaint, anything at all, he also weighs in on other things because, he's got a legal mind. We've used him before to fill in on the show. So anyway, any consumer problem, question, or complaint, call us, okay? I know a lot of people text us and email us, and that's but you can call right now, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. We love to talk about your problems or give us unload if you have something to unload on, something that's really pissing you off. Give us a call. Or you can call the local line, the iHeart line, when we're on the air, always 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so John, on personal injury, we're talking. Here's another one. My mom has had a long history of depression, and the other party wants to see her records. And they're claiming that she's always been unhappy and that the pain and suffering is not coming from the accident. Now, I've summed that up. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want me to read this email. But suffice it to say this mom has had a struggle. What do you do? That would come under the topic or the category, I should say, of pre-existing conditions, really, right? Isn't that really what it's boiling down to?
Yeah, so I have two kind of categories of answers to this. One, in a vacuum, the plaintiff has the burden of proof. And so you have to be able to show, in theory to a jury, what exactly your damages are that flowed from any given accident. And so that burden is on your shoulders. It's not really up to the defense to disprove them, except in rebuttal to you putting out your prima facie case, okay? So with that being said, we also have a jury instruction in Colorado that says if a jury considers that the plaintiff may have had pre-existing conditions and they can't separate the pre-existing from the damages that were done in the accident, then the defendant's going to be on the hook for all of those damages.
Really?
So
really?
It may be the case that the defendant's going to end up owning all of that, even though the mom had a complicated pre-existing condition.
Are they allowed to get the previous medical records and look at them and compare them to what she's claiming now?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Will they be aggressive about that and lay you wide open saying, come on, lady, isn't this true and isn't that true? I mean, I'm not saying it'll go to court, but they can get pretty nasty.
So we frequently, they can get very nasty. We, a lot of times, get put in a position to where, the plaintiff has to make a decision about disclosing something. And maybe there's something embarrassing in a set of medical records from their past that they just don't want to get out. And so they sometimes get in a position where they have to decide between disclosure of those prior records or abandonment of a particular claim or a particular item of damages that they have from an accident. And sometimes they make the personal decision that they don't want to open that can of worms and they will not pursue that particular line item of damages anymore.
Okay, that's John Fuller, Fuller Law. He'll be our guest today. We're also taking your calls, problems, questions, complaints. Now, I gave the number. Let me give out that text line, too, because someone just texted, Tom, with the pet, you forgot about pet insurance. And I do want to talk about that because there is a pet insurance that actually has an accident rider on it. And they're becoming, pet insurance policies are becoming way more common than ever before, more common than you'll ever believe. Anyway, here's our text line, 747-999-5280. I chose that number. It's a Google number, comes right to my cell phone 24/7. I chose it because I love big airplanes, 747-999, because it's as close to perfection as you can get the 10-10-10, right? So it's 747-999 and then 5280 for the Mile High City, 747-999-5280. And then our number is 303-Martino, 303-627-8466. Nick has an issue with an old employer coming up right after this. Just tell Nick to hang on.
I'm Corey Rose.
Jesus criminy.
Hey, shut up.
Taking my kids mountain biking at Winter Park. I love.
If your personality can't keep people attracted,
I know. Well, you know what? People are impatient nowadays. Shut up. They're impatient. They're impatient.
Everywhere in between. We've got.
Are you still an outpatient?
You need a team that moves with you.
Oh, that's funny.
Make the move to Colorado's #1 streaming newscast. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Live starting at 4:30 anywhere you watch.
You heard me say I love excellent companies. Excellent, EXCELLENT. Well, that's how you spell Excel Roofing, EXCEL, Excel Roofing, excelroofing.com. Yes, they do roofs. They don't take a cent until you're content. You can get a price for your roof right now in 2 minutes or less on their website, excelroofing.com. They also do siding and windows, architectural lighting, gutters, gutter cleaning starting at $99. These people are great. I know Jay and his son Henry who run the company. They do a wonderful job. You will never go wrong. They also have a great painting crew as well. excelroofing.com. Okay, let's talk about another great company. You hear the theme on this show, don't you? Great companies. Hey, how about great prices? Discountbath.com. And I'm not kidding you. Seriously, you will get the best price for a bathroom remodel, bar none. You know what? You put them to the test. I'm going to show you. You call them. They will do all of the design work and the estimating and the consulting and the plans. Free of charge, without any commitment. That's how much they know they'll win your business. Give them a chance. Discountbath.com. Whether it's the hall room bath, the master bath, that bath in the basement where it's roughed in, they can even do that before you finish and get that all done for you. They can do whatever you want in a bath, including walk-in showers. Listen to this. $9,888, right under 10 grand, fully installed, beautiful walk-in custom shower, 720-979-2322, discountbath.com.
Thank you.
I don't know that there is such a thing.
Really?
You lost me at tasteful.
We're debating whether or not a man can have his pubes shaved into a heart shape and it would be tasteful.
I can't hear you.
Tasteful?
Are you not? You have to monitor the...
I can now. I can hear you.
I do, yeah, I didn't.
There it is.
You're right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said the thing we were talking about. Pubes in a shape of a heart. But
I know.
on a man.
I said I don't know that you can do that in a tasteless matter or in a tasteful matter.
I don't know.
Of course you can.
Next time I'm
Oh, Major Marc Mager's up. Good, good, good.
How would you know, Mark?
I'm getting a new condenser today. I'm so thrilled.
We're talking about heart-shaped pubes, and you're talking about your hair conditioning.
Don't care
you
about
know?
Well, I'm just
AC.
telling you, first of all, you can ask Suzanne about my heart-shaped pubes.
And we don't want to hear
That's
about
not
AC
really.
South Carolina.
That's not really something we want to discuss right now. Heart-shaped pubes.
I stopped in that Euro Wax store to get a vanilla candle. Apparently not a candle store.
The hard part was getting the arrow to go through the heart.
That's usually the challenge there, Mark.
Wait, I think I actually have a sound for that. Love the pluck.
Come on, man. I got better sound effects than
Can you
that.
imagine getting waxed, so gentlemen? Holy shit, that must hurt.
My sister used to do laser hair removal, and I threatened by stopping in there to have her do it. Because there'd be nothing worse than zapping your brother's balls. Nothing.
Was that a sound effect you played?
I just think that would be wrong.
No.
That's very Arkansas of you.
Mm-hmm.
How do we hear Sue?
I have to do my, you've seen those videos with like the nose hair removal and stuff where the guys are just in tears, you know?
Oh. I love the 40-year-old version where their accent is...
Right.
We have funny Tom today.
That nose hair would be.
I dropped $25 years ago on a haircutting kit at Walmart, and it came with a VHS video.
Yeah.
I had Suzanne watch the video, then give me a haircut, and that's the last time she ever gave me a haircut.
Is that the Flowbee, or what'd you get?
Oh, Flowbee.
It was
I remember
very
that.
similar. It would like suck your hair in, and you cut it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
It looked pretty easy to use, but somehow it didn't turn
That
out
makes
right.
sense. I don't know why.
Where is she, by the way?
She's
None of your
there.
business. She's there. Nope.
Oh.
Tom's watching a different YouTube channel.
He's watching yesterday's show.
Well, it was better so far. No offense, John.
Offense taken. I had to shop around like you can't believe to get this condenser because it's older Freon. Did you know if you went with the new condenser, but your furnace is like almost brand new, but it's used to the old Freon, you got to change out like the motherboard, you got to change out the coils. It's crazy.
I'm sure
Well,
Bo could have done it.
It's the least we can do.
No, Bo helped me get the whole thing done.
It's the least we can do to make AOC right. Oh, crap. Coming back.
You get your podcasts.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget the best water systems, the lowest prices, waterpros.net. And I'm telling you, I've checked them all. You'll never do better. In fact, his expertise in what you need is good too, because if you don't need it, he won't sell it to you. But if you need it, if it'll do you good, he'll let you know, but you'll never get better drinking water either. $1,100 fully installed at the kitchen sink. It's wonderful. Listen, I'm a broken record here. I'm serious. I mean, Mark and I have assembled, and Suze, we've assembled the best of the best of the best. We have. We're proud of it. No one can beat our people. Hey, Nick, let's talk about your old employer. What's going on?
Hey, thank you so much for taking my call. I appreciate it. So is it okay if I say who the employer is? I don't know.
Absolutely. As long as you tell the truth, everything's open game here. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So I used to work for Core Power Yoga, and I guess I was consistently working over 40 hours a week. But then when I started actually documenting that I was working over 40 hours every week, and I made like a wage complaint, I did face like quite a bit of retaliation and whatnot. And I am at the point now where I have like an investigation with the Division of Labor Standard and Statistics. But in the entirety of doing all this, I kept asking them just to provide me with my like daily clock in and clock out records, and they just won't do it.
Nick, let me ask you something. Is there a clock in? Is there a clock there that you literally punch in?
No, we were using like the digital Dayforce system.
Okay.
It's on the computer, right?
Yeah. Nick?
So Nick, let me ask you, were you an instructor? What did you do for Core Power? Suzanne and I have been a member for, 10 years.
Gosh,
What did you do?
10 plus.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, so I was an instructor, and I ended up becoming the studio coordinator after I worked there for like 5 years.
So where do they stand right now? Like,
well, I don't even know what the problem is. What is the problem? Were you on salary or were you hourly?
More than 40 hours and not getting paid for overtime is my understanding.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is that I had worked overtime and I had not been getting paid overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I asked, basically they kept offering me a bunch of different settlement offers, saying that they did pay me all my wages. But when I asked them to, verify it by just providing me the records, they just continually give me a different settlement. Like, basically, and I feel like the settlements, even though it did get higher, it got progressively worse in regards to being like, all of a sudden, now I'm not allowed to participate at any court powers, and if I do anything wrong, I have to pay their legal fees.
But here's the deal. When you brought this up, were you fired or did you quit?
So when I initially brought it up, what had happened was that actually they ended up terminating the manager, my manager, because she wasn't doing the right things. And then kind of what it transgressed into was her, I guess as HR said, she created a false narrative to the other students and other instructors. So then I ended up getting yelled at by like my lead instructor and stuff, saying that I had done a bunch of things that I didn't do.
So were you fired, Nick? Is that what you were saying? You were fired?
Yeah, I was eventually fired, but yeah.
Okay. And so are you saying they owe you money right now? Is that what you're calling about right now?
Am I saying what? I'm sorry?
What are you saying right now? Since you're not working there anymore, are you trying to get back pay for that overtime?
Yes, sir. Like I said,
Hey, Nick, how far back are you going, by the way?
Only as far back as April 2024.
Okay, and why is that, out of curiosity?
That's when I transitioned from being a part-time instructor to a full-time
Got it.
Employee.
How much are you saying they owe you?
Well, I had requested that they had, I think it was like $3,280, but I also requested the penalties that go along with.
Yeah, they're not going to do that automatically. You'd have to sue for that. You are due penalties if they unduly withheld it. Now, you said they opened up an investigation at the Department of Labor. By the way, they're pretty aggressive at helping workers. They really are. I mean, I'm actually shocked to the level they investigate these things. So, have you heard from the investigator yet?
I have heard from the investigator, and I guess what they have told me is that after receiving my additional information and receiving the information from Core Power, that they are currently working on a determination. But I guess I just wanted to put out there that after I was terminated back in April, they paid me $1,000. I don't know if it was off the books or not, but they were saying that was for penalties. But then when I asked about it in October, they said it was for an underpayment of overtime owed.
Well, hold on, Nick. Let me jump in here, guys. So if you did a wage claim with the Colorado Division of Labor and Standards, which you said you did, basically when you open that up, they're going to reach out to Core Power's corporate. These guys have to keep all your time records. They have to respond with itemized pay statements, proof of wages that they actually paid you over the last 3 years, and then all relative evidence, including the time records and any kind of documentation like extra pay they paid you. Then they'll do the math. And as we all know, well, sometimes math lies, but generally math does not lie. They should have it, but this does take a while. And for everybody out there listening, the interesting part, I wish Colorado, they're so friendly with employees, which I kind of like in some ways. I don't like it when people that steal from you get unemployment or something along those lines. But I will say this, California, and I can't stand the politics in California, an employee can actually ask for the time records anytime they want. So I wish we had something like this. But in this state, the state can ask for them and demand them, and then all the math will be done, and then you will know the outcome when it's done.
Now, I don't want to get.
I was just kind of getting anxious.
Okay, in some management capacities, by the way, there is something called exempt, where you're exempt from overtime. I don't think that was your case, by the way, but there are that they could use the argument.
Well, were you salary or were you salary or hourly?
I was hourly. I was considered a non-exempt employee.
Okay, good. Mark, even those on salary.
I'm going to say this, although I love. Tom, hold on. I want to say something about Core Power. I actually love all the teachers we have. I love the studio in Cherry Hills and the one up by the mall, and especially the one in Parker and other ones. We've been to them all over. We've been to Core Powers in Hawaii, for that matter. But I will say something that I think is a big load of crap. You know, in order to be an instructor there, I've never heard of this in any other organization. In order to be an instructor, you pay for it. So if you want to teach there and make $20 an hour or whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, you literally got to pay thousands of dollars to become an instructor. Can you imagine you go to Walmart to be a cashier and you got to pay thousands of dollars in order to use the cash register? I mean, Tom, have you ever heard of anything like that?
No, not at all. I didn't even know that. That's incredible. By the way,
how much did you pay to become an instructor, Nick?
So I guess I want to say that I have been teaching for about 11, 12 years. So back when I did actually get my certification, I think I probably paid what you're saying is true, like $3,000. But also back then, instructors made a lot more money, which made that investment worthwhile. Now,
yeah, but isn't it? Don't you find it crazy? What other organization? And I'm sure maybe I don't know anything about gyms, but like if you're a trainer in a gym, I guess you have to pay in order to be a trainer. I don't know, but outside of like fitness, I have never heard of having to pay. For any kind of education in order to do your job.
Not from the employer themselves. You're right. But here, I just want to put something out because I know there's some confusion. Being paid a salary or not is not the determining factor when it comes to overtime. It's managerial duties and the amount of the salary and all that. So Mark had asked about salary. I just wanted to let people know, even if you're on salary, you could be due overtime in some cases. In other cases, if you're on salary and you're paid over a certain threshold and you have management duties, sometimes you are exempt from overtime. But this guy is definitely due overtime. And if you're telling me that they already gave you $1,000 and now they're offering another $3,200, I would take it. I mean, how much more do you want? How much do you want?
Wait, Tom, I'm not trying to bust balls here. But if you're hourly in Colorado, I don't care if they call you the president of the company. If you're hourly, you get overtime.
No, that's right. That's what I'm saying. What I said, Mark, was if you're salaried, you may still be entitled to overtime. It doesn't matter if you're hourly or salaried.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Many salaried people think that they're exempt from overtime, and they're not. Sometimes you're due overtime. No. It depends on your duties.
And how basic math would work if the state minimum wage is whatever, and if you add up your 50, 60 hours you work under salary each month or for a quarter, and you don't even make minimum wage, then that's a problem.
Now, here's the thing. The only other thing that changes that is if you have an ownership stake and all that other crap. But it doesn't matter. You're clearly owed overtime according to what you've described. But what I don't understand is they gave you $1,000. They're offering another $3,280. So that would be a total of $4,280. How much more do you want?
So I would say my whole issue was with that settlement offer. It was very conditional. And basically, again,
confirming
Dude, don't
that I
sign
had
it. Wait for the state to finish the investigation. Do not sign it.
What conditions did you not like, Nick? Tell me what conditions you're talking about.
Well, I wasn't really a fan of how they were saying, I guess, one, that I confirmed that all my wages have been paid when I can't reasonably do that. And then also what really got me was their confidentiality agreement. Basically, it started off as just like a pretty standard confidentiality agreement, but then when their head of legal stepped in, the confidentiality agreement turned into, if I break confidentiality, then I'm responsible for all their legal fees.
Yeah.
Which is like way more than what they were
No,
even offering to give me.
I understand. It's getting very complicated. I think what Mark said is probably logical. Just wait for the state to finish their investigation. But I'm gonna tell you, the state could come back with maybe not as much as you think you deserve. Now, as far as having to sign things, they should not make it conditional to pay you what you're owed. That should not be conditional. The only time it becomes conditional is if they offer you more than what you're owed. If they offer you more, they can negotiate a settlement with you, like non-disparaging or things like that. But right now, I would just sit tight and wait for the state. And if they offer you more than the state, then you can negotiate.
Listen to this, Tom. I just looked this up. So, state of Colorado, if let's say it is 2 years they've been doing this to this guy. First of all, the penalty is 2x the total amount unpaid, and if it's less than $1,000, it's $1,000. So if they owe him $1,001,
right,
just the penalty is going to be $2,002.
Okay.
So think about that. Then they have to pay whatever the overtime was, and I'm looking to see if there was interest on that. I don't see that, but it does say this. If you ended up in court over it, there's definitely prejudgment interest, but the CDLE, Colorado State, can also fine them $50 per day for continued non-payment. So once the state gets involved and says, here's what you owe, because they're going to be the ones with all the records, if they don't cough up a check quick, they're at $50 per day till he gets his money.
Yeah, in fact,
he's probably owed a substantial amount of money.
In fact, Nick, I don't know why you would rush it. I would wait for the state, and you may get way more than you think. And it won't be conditional. Again, the only time they can slap conditions on it is if it's more than what they have to legally pay you. So I don't see them like a lot of times they'll negotiate settlements with people who are leaving. I don't mean Core Power, but I mean companies will negotiate settlements, but that's because they're giving them some kind of severance. With you, if you're getting just what you're owed, they can't put conditions on that. That's a lot of bull crap. So anyway, I would just wait for the state, and we'd be happy to talk to you about it after that, but I don't see what you can do right now, especially if the state started their investigation. They will definitely follow through. I'm serious. This is one area where they do a great job. Seriously, they do a great job. By the way, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, the best garage door company, period. That's it. I've known these guys, 25 years. They are 24/7 service. They do any part of the door, any part of the opener. They're factory authorized by most stores. They're not just a guy with a truck or an SUV. They have great technicians. So, OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we've had one accident up to the northeast corner along I-76. It's going to be westbound right in the area of 136, which is right across from Bar Lake. Unfortunately, a motorcyclist apparently hit some debris there. It is starting to back up with some delays if you're up in that neck of the woods. I-25 looks good across the city. Just some slight slowing coming south into downtown. And southbound 25, the ramp to eastbound 270, backing up because of construction work. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the moving eulogy of NYPD officer Jason Rivera. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You know, when you go to buy a steel building, there are a lot of liars and cheaters out there in the industry, unfortunately. They claim they're from a factory. But I'm going to tell you this. One of the few factories truly in existence, GreatWesternBuildings.com. They serve the entire United States. In fact, they ship buildings internationally, direct to the consumer. If you want great 100% American steel guaranteed for life, finishes guaranteed for 40 years, you want great WesternBuildings.com right here in Grand Junction, employing Coloradans and getting you the great product, whether it's a factory, a warehouse, whatever you want, an airplane hangar, a riding arena, or just a little lean-to. It's 303-495-5701, GreatWesternBuildings.com.
Thank you.
Well, you guys are quiet. I swear to God, it's crazy.
Got a few tasks I was handling. Mark, they somehow John's 120 got booked twice, basically in the same spot block. So I don't know how we're going to fill that.
We need to do the one. We need to do is 120. What spot block is it?
It's like they say like 107 and 110, which usually means the 115 and the 130.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do one. Tom or I will talk to him, or both of us, or whatever, for that 2 minutes. Then Tom, for the other 2 minutes, why don't you pick a minute to do for Martino Capital, and then I will do like a Gravinus and whatever the
whatever you want. Okay, got it.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And John, when Tom is talking to you for those 2 minutes, I'll pot him down so you can.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Not you.
Need all the help I can get.
Yeah, I want him to. John Fuller, and then I'll pot him down.
Just
right
shut him down right
just
there.
go,
I'll take over from there.
Watch the clock.
Got it.
And then,
Got it.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking what a great guy I am.
Hey, Mark.
Well, yeah, when you're home alone,
sitting on the
and
can,
you're doing
and
God knows what to yourself, that's when that feeling sets in. I'm pretty great.
when those dirty thoughts sneak in,
Dirty
you know.
thoughts.
I got VR goggles too, guys.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
Hey, Mark, that Quest Diagnostics I had to go to this morning was.
Would they take like 4 quarts?
6. Anyway, it's right in the Safeway, right next to their pharmacy. So it's so nice. Schedule there when you do yours because you can get your blood work done, and they have a Starbucks in there. You can get your coffee. It was brilliant.
That's weird.
And the gal was so damn sweet.
Are you sure?
I kind of like that last gal up in the tech center. I didn't feel anything.
Yeah,
Sure
I didn't feel anything either
department?
with this gal. It was great. And then I could get my coffee within 30 seconds.
Tom is the only one that can answer yes to this, but has anyone else ever had 6 vials taken at one time?
Oh, I've had a lot more.
I've
than
had
that.
20.
20? What the
Holy
fuck?
cow.
I think when my stem cells were
We
done,
don't
they
mean
took
sperm
42
donor.
or something.
42? Yeah, I got that much
okay.
damn
Well, I'll
blood
shut
in
up.
you. Holy cow.
I'm all complaining about 6. They took half of John's blood.
Yes,
How
they
long
did.
does it take your body? Did you feel like total dog shit afterwards?
Not really. Surprisingly not. That's not that much blood in the grand scheme of things.
It's good for your iron levels. If you had any, they get rid of it.
Like in the college days, we'd give blood and then go to the bar and, you know.
Not Doc. Doc would give sperm.
Not his own.
How many kids does Doc have running around, Suze?
Lord
Oh,
only
my gosh.
knows.
God, do we want to know?
No, we don't. really.
He's guessing like 20.
It's
Yeah.
like little Hitlers down in Peru or wherever they ended up. Argentina.
They couldn't have had like a bio with a picture in that file, you know.
By the way, that's why Madonna wore that ship on her head at the Met Gala.
Oh, that was a
Because of all the
crazy
semen
outfit.
she's-
That was a crazy
Well,
outfit.
it was in honor of all the semen she's carried.
Oh, God.
That's pretty funny, actually. You're pretty funny.
Thank you.
You know, Doc.
Hey, Tom Martino with Major Marc Mager, Suze Major at the studio. We got John Fuller, our guest today. Welcome, and some deputies there to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. So listen, go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
So I wanted to bring something up with John since Suzanne and him are in studio. When we had our accident, so this lady T-boned us. I tell the story a lot on air. And it was bad. Suzanne broke her nose. She had neck issues, back issues, everything. One of the things John told us that was so important, and I want Suzanne's kind of feedback on this, she had to go to a chiropractor, I believe, like once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't remember the schedule. I'm sure she does. And, you know, towards the end, when the treatment is working, the chiropractor she went to was amazing. And it was a certain kind of chiropractor that if you do end up in court, he knows how to testify, stuff like that. It's not like a Kaiser chiropractor, and that's the health insurance we have. But, John, why is it so important to go through that treatment? And it's not just to feel better. I get that part of it, and that helps Suzanne out significantly. But isn't that great to have that report of long-term treatment to maximize the case?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you have to keep in mind, when you view everything that has to do with these cases, you have to keep in mind that we have the burden of proof, okay? So we have to be prepared to go into court and prove our damages to a jury. And because we have that burden, doctors that are skilled at laying out the cause of certain conditions, I mean, it's kind of like an x-ray of a broken arm. Anybody can look at the x-ray and say, yeah, that arm is broken. But it takes somebody that knows what they're doing to actually relate that broken bone to the mechanics of an accident so that it's part of the case and there's this causal connection. And maybe it's overly simplistic to talk about a broken bone, but you get the point.
Yeah.
We have to be able to tie in causation and the mechanics of what happened to the condition that the plaintiff is suffering from in order to make the case that it's compensable and that the defendant should be responsible for.
All right, I want to go to Sandra right now, Mark.
Chiropractor did, Tom.
Okay.
Now, listen to this, though. This is one thing I didn't know about in industry or in injury. You know, everybody says, oh, whiplash, and people think, oh, they're faking or whatever. You realize some of those ligaments and some of those things in your body when there's that much impact.
Oh, yeah.
You know, years later, even
That's
if
right.
you're feeling good now, but 20, 30 years later, you can actually have problems pop up that wouldn't have happened if that accident didn't occur.
Absolutely. Sandra, you want some advice on a trust. What's going on, Sandra?
Oh, it's been a nightmare, Tom. My dad died last April, and they've gone through 4 lawyers already. The first lawyer, it was my sister's, one of her friends from school. They changed the trust. They changed the position.
Well, wait a minute. Your dad, let me get this straight, Sandra. There shouldn't be 4 attorneys if you have a trust. The whole idea of a trust is it's all laid out. So did your dad have a trust when he died?
Exactly. And the thing is that they had on his deathbed 4 days before he died, my uncle and my sister went in there, and she got me kicked out of the hospital, said I assaulted her, which I did not assault her. They didn't find me guilty or anything. I didn't have to go to court. They didn't charge me with anything. But the nurses just didn't want us, didn't want us both.
Wait a minute, Sandra, did they change the trust right before he died?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I want to get Dan McKenzie on. Hang on. I want to get one of our attorneys on, and we'll talk about it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Right after this, we'll see what we can do with Dan McKenzie. Try to get him right on because that would be great if we can get him on before the top of the hour.
Up to the northeast corner along.
You guys were just talking over each other, so I'm going to ignore both of you for the next 90 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you. Stand by.
Debris there. It is starting to back up with some delays if you're up in that neck of the woods. I-25 looks good across the city. Just some slight slowing coming south into downtown. And southbound 25, the ramp to eastbound 270 backing up because of construction work. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk Podcast.
I'm Buzz Knight, the host of the Taking a Walk Podcast. Join me for an upcoming episode with Stuart Copeland. That's Stuart Copeland coming up on the Taking a Walk Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, if you're a landlord, you can actually make more than just rent. You can make money generating electrical power with solar. Yeah, you can save your tenants money and charge for the electricity your solar system produces. Not only that, you can get the government to help pay for 70 to 90% of that solar system. You can put it on your apartment house, your triplex, your duplex, even a single family home that you rent out. Find out more from Alliance Roof and Solar. They specialize in commercial solar systems. 303-704-2449. That's 303-704-2449. Hey, if you are a landlord and you want to be a landlord again without the hassle in Colorado, then you want to talk to Vestera. They're helping people become landlords in promising markets around the country that have great growth potential, and they help you not only find the property, they help you manage and rent it out. They help you with each and every aspect of being a landlord, including when it comes time to sell to make a profit. Go here and find out more about this amazing program, mybiggestreturn.com.
And yeah, okay, now feel free to yell at Axe or me about whatever crap you have on your mind.
Don't call Dan until like noon noon, around 11. Don't have him hold for 15 fucking minutes.
Oh, wait, yeah, because we won't have time to get it. That's true.
I think Axe has this, guys.
Okay, good.
No, I want them to yell. Make them yelling makes them.
I'll get the bare facts from Sandra. I'll get the bare facts.
I won't fucking say anything anymore.
All right.
Why don't you yell again, Mark, while we're not listening?
Yeah.
I won't fucking say anything anymore.
I swear to God, if you're running around the house stretching Suze's underwear, we're going to be so.
All right.
What? You know he dresses up in your stuff when you leave.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh.
If he fucks up your Lululemons, you tell me.
Mark in a pair of Lulus.
Oh, my God.
Your Lulus.
Jesus. You can tell what religion you are.
Oh, Mark, I have to send you what Adeline sent me this morning.
Get your checkbook out.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. John, you're not wrong.
But now I'm not wrong.
Do you Venmo the kids?
I try not to.
Okay.
I hate Venmo. I won't Venmo my kids, but once in a while they get a bug up their ass and will Venmo me a reimbursement.
Yep.
And I'm like, please do not Venmo me.
Oh, I love it. And the little attachments and the little cartoons and the gifts that they add.
Gifts are awesome. That's all
The
I use.
best.
That is all I use.
The bullpen out there is like ghost town empty.
It always is.
Oh, yeah.
All the cubicles over there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's like one person in
Everybody's
the whole damn
remote.
room.
They're, no.
Oh, where are they then?
Shit canned.
Really?
They've let go most of the news staff. We've hired 2 part-time people in the last 2 months, but that's about it.
It's like a ghost town over
Yeah.
there.
Well, it's hard to attract people to this business when you can, lay on a bed and goof around on OnlyFans and make $20,000 a month.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to start a version of that called Only Shans. And it's going to be me and other people named Shannon writhing on a bed.
Explain something to me on OnlyFans. Is it like one at a time, or is it like, do they broadcast to a bunch of people?
No, I'll have like 15, 16 women on it.
No. What I mean is, does the person on OnlyFans,
belly button lint.
do they broadcast to a lot of people or just one? What is it? Is it like a peep show?
Thousands.
Yeah.
Many.
It's more like
Peep
social
show
media.
to thousands of people.
Tom, I have gals bidding on my underwear.
So
I wouldn't call that bidding.
okay, I just don't
Dumping bleach
understand.
is not bidding.
So it's not a peep show. It's like you tune into like a Netflix show.
It can be, depending on how
No,
much
no,
you
no.
pay
If
for
they
it.
pay enough money, I'll do a one-on-one.
There you go.
Tom, peep show is still very accurate because peep shows could have been several people watching one person.
Okay.
All the peeps.
What
And
do you mean
so,
you don't know?
hold on.
It's
Do they
either
pay
or,
by the
Tom. You can
minute,
have
by the
1,000
hour? How do
people
they
watching
pay?
You are one.
How do they pay?
A lot
Do
of
they
times it is a lot of
They
times
pay
a lot
per
of,
whatever you want.
a
Like
lot of
per-
ti-
like-
no, a lot of times
Okay, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Shannon,
a
because you
lot
know
of times
this.
it's a monthly subscription.
Okay,
So you
so
pay monthly for
Wow.
access
and do you
to the
subscribe?
channel. It's like the people
But
paid
if you
for
want a
YouTube.
one-on-one and buy my underwear, then it costs more.
Do you subscribe to the channel or to the person?
Yeah. Well,
To the
technically, the person is the channel.
Yeah.
It's like if you charged people for whatever crap we're doing on YouTube right now.
So, but so you get okay.
We should have a troubleshooter only fans.
I don't know. So
Let's do it.
Oh my God.
okay, that's another good question. Is it only girls or can anybody have an OnlyFans?
No,
I
no.
know.
There's
Oh,
puppies.
Yes,
You
anybody.
can
Here we
have
go.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Listen, I'm going to go back to Sandra and tell her we're going to get the attorney on after the top of the hour because it's really important that we get some legal advice. But Sandra, I need to ask a few questions. Your dad had a trust, and literally it was changed a few days before he died?
Yes, they changed it on the 22nd of April, and he died the 26th of April.
That's very, very
He was
suspect.
on hospital.
What were just tell me the major changes. Did they cut you out or what did they do?
No, what happened was my sister was the executor, and then she was going to take care of all the paperwork, and she was going to make 52%. I gave that position to her because me and my dad were real close.
All right.
So that's what she was going to do. Well, right before when my dad went to the hospital, my uncle went up there. My dad had changed. In January, my dad changed over to his friend because my sister was doing some.
You're telling me,
fraudulent
wait,
stuff,
Sandra,
and he
just
trusted her.
Sandra. You're telling me way too much. I just need to know what were the major changes he made 4 days before he died?
Okay, what they did was that they decided to take Bill off because they had put his friend Bill on. They took him off, put my uncle on. So my uncle was therefore should have took over the executor. But because my sister was mad and wanted her 52%, her and the lawyer went and changed it and made her the executor without my dad knowing. Well, my dad was already gone when they did it. But what they did was they put my uncle on, and my dad knew about that, but they didn't let him read it. They just went in. My daughter-in-law signed as a witness, and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. What my dad said, and she wrote
How
a
much?
letter also to
How
the
much
judge.
is his
I filed-
estate worth altogether? What is it worth?
How much? $2 million. It's about $2 million.
About $2 million. Okay, hold on, and we'll get an attorney on. Sandra, many times when we talk about this stuff, people tell us too much. Hang on.
Yay.
You think?
The people just don't know how to tell a fucking story.
No, they don't.
No, but that, I mean, she's that one.
I
in the
can tell a
family that-
story.
Oh, God, here we go.
What kind of story do you guys want to hear?
Tell us about
Are
your
you going to charge us for it?
Hey, Shannon, can you put up some porno music lightly in the background?
All right. So
I'll tell you what happened last night.
Checking.
Now, let me ask another silly question. So, when you pay the subscription fee, is it for all of OnlyFans or just each person?
No. Each person.
Each
I swear to
person.
God, I think Tom's looking to join OnlyFans.
No.
as a
I
customer.
just didn't understand completely how it works. So you subscribe to a person, and what does the person
Tom,
do?
it's like going in a
Okay.
flea market with
All right.
a million different.
Do you
suppliers,
talk? Do you
okay?
get to
pick
talk
the
to
ones that you want to?
Yeah, but do you get to talk to the
Some
person?
of them, I think that's a component
If you
of
buy that
some of it.
plan.
Yeah.
What is that music?
Music, awesome.
It's Mark's porno music.
Okay, Mark, go ahead.
Did you ladies order a pizza with extra sausage?
Hello?
All right, we're done.
Oh, thank you, Caitlin. What you got?
This Zephyr looks pretty cool from Glenwood Springs to Denver. Oh, hold on. My HVAC guy needs something.
A check.
I would not mind. I would not mind that
You know what?
train ride.
I will take tomorrow at 11 a.m. That sounds wonderful.
I mean, I don't want the light rail
I'm
or
so glad
getting
as well to get
stabbed
it
by
done and
somebody,
over
but
with.
the Zephyr, come on, that's got to be nice,
so
right?
You're getting stabbed
Yes.
on light
okay,
rail?
so see you tomorrow
Who
at
isn't?
11 a.m. I look forward
I'm just
to
saying
it.
that
Thank you
he,
returning
for
my
some
call. You
reason,
have a
Mark
nice
is talking
day.
about the Zephyr.
Right.
Oh, that would be fine. That would be great. I've never done any of that stuff. The Georgetown Loop.
Right.
Royal Gorge, Pikes Peak.
What are you talking about? Pikes Peak? What?
Like the Cog Railway. I've never done any of those train things.
Not even
We
Lakeside?
haven't either. This one sounds great, though, man, to Glenwood Springs. You go to Winter
the
Park.
Zephyr is legendary.
So I had a case one time where a lady got hurt on those, and the level of protection that they write into their releases and stuff is unimaginable.
Plus, it's owned by the U.S. government.
Well, none of those are. I don't know about the one you're talking about, but the ones up in the mountains and stuff
Well, the
are all
California
privately owned.
Zephyr is Amtrak.
Is it?
Yeah, and
But
that's
that
owned by
Georgetown
the...
Loop and the one that's down through the Royal Gorge and all that. Those are privately owned.
Okay.
Yes.
Little enterprises and
Real
stuff.
bad
But
usages.
so they can actually get you to sign a release before you go assume
But
your
the
seat. and
ticket
stuff,
itself
you know.
is a 3-page
Oh
waiver?
my God!
Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's it's a really complex area of law where you've got like federal train regulations that have a big factor in what happens as well. So it's super complicated. But the bottom line is they don't really want to be held liable for anything, and that's kind of the default position. So
Could you imagine deposing Sean Duffy?
Hey, Mark. They identified that guy that went into the Frontier engine.
Oh, did they?
Oh,
Yeah,
what
he
was the deal? Was it
41-year-old.
suicide or what?
They're
doesn't
not.
know.
It says he jumped. Or jumped the fence. Sorry,
Yeah,
but no,
he-
they identified him. He was a 41-year-old guy.
Where are you
Hey,
seeing
John,
that?
what do you think? I'm
I
going,
knew.
that is the craziest way to commit suicide. I mean, if that was his goal, he could have went onto a
It's
building,
crazy.
bought a shotgun. He could have done anything.
Nuts.
Timing is surreal. For him to hit that engine at that time.
That's the hard thing. It's like you could jump that fence, and you have a ways to walk to get to the runway, but you would think that it would kind of require him to be kind of laying down by the runway to run out there and scamper out when
And
the
he
plane
wasn't
came by.
running?
And he wasn't. He just casually strolled on across there and just happened to line up perfectly with the.
That's impossible. Yeah, I don't think it
that's-
was
That
suicide.
is bizarre to me.
Hey, Shannon. YouTubies are saying our studio volume is low, and so I asked Tommy about that. He said that would be your button, not his.
I can't feed him anymore.
Oh,
Family
okay.
feed.
Alrighty, I'll leave it be. I tried YouTubies.
Mark, we
That's
had
what
a guy.
Shannon said to his girlfriend.
Mark, we had a guy
Well, she
jump
didn't
out of the
worry
hill
about how
and
much
shoot
I was
himself
giving
on the
her.
way down.
Trust me.
What?
Say again.
He thought the
But they are calling it a suicide, though.
Hey, Mark. Speaking
Yeah.
of the OnlyFans stuff, did you read the Sydney Sweeney article this morning about the newest Euphoria episode? Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I read it last night.
I was like, oh my gosh,
can't wait
that
to
is
see
going
the
to be
episode.
spicy.
What is
Hey,
it?
is Glenwood Springs, babe, where Brett's has his house?
Well, near there. I don't think. Yes, it is Glenwood Springs.
I'm going to bug him. I want to take this Zephyr, go up there, we'll spend the night, and then shoot back.
Oh, God, that sounds great. That is actually great.
Dun, dun.
Hey, Tommy, Shannon says it's not his side on the volume,
Well,
so I'm not
I can't
sure.
change what I feed you.
Oh, okay. So I don't know why it's low then, because it's like,
All right.
I mean, it's
I'm
all
sure
I do
nothing's
is
changed.
take return audio from you, and there's no way to boost
Yeah.
it.
Right.
We'll just have to talk louder.
I don't know, but why? I think it might have something to do with our broadband. Some days than others. I don't know, because some days they can hear it just fine.
Interesting.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Now, so are we going to get Mackenzie?
Yeah, I'm dialing now.
Okay. You guys, let me know if it gets warm in here. We can make it a touch.
Perfect.
I'm fine.
John, are you okay temperature-wise?
Yep.
We're in t-shirts and shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting there.
You want any water?
I'm good, thanks.
How are the beef sticks?
Oh, good.
They're good.
No, thank you. I don't need any water. Okay.
Zero carb beef sticks.
Yep. I brought them in today.
Slightly spicy, but that
Doesn't have some olestra in it or something, does it?
gave it flavor.
So they're saying they have like monitors on that fence, which they do, and that prior to the guy jumping over, it was getting set off by a herd of deer out there.
Oh.
And so it was like your Ring camera at your house going off over and over again because some stupid cat keeps walking by you. Eventually, just don't look at it.
How'd they identify the guy?
I wonder if it was someone who worked there that kind of knew that would happen. You know, like I don't know.
They haven't.
I'm going to Google the guy.
I mean,
now.
they identified his name, but not anything about him.
Just that he was 41 years old.
Right.
Did they find a wallet or something?
They would have had to piece it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. How did they identify him?
There was part of the audio that was like there's a leg laying out on the runway or something.
Come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We are here fighting for you any way we can. Yes, we're making life just a little easier. All you have to do is call us at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, or you can call 24/7, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. We got Major Marc Mager with me, of course, and then we have at the studio Suze with John Fuller, attorney at law, and Deputy Dollar, Deputy Chopper, all ready to solve problems. And right now we're getting Dan McKenzie on, and we get this question a lot, but Sandra says her dad was in the hospital, he was dying, and his trust was changed a few days before he died. Now, Sandra, just in the interest of time, not in every single detail, basically, when they went to have the trust changed, did it substantially benefit any one person over another? In other words, was it obvious? Like, did your sister take more of the money, or did your uncle take more of the money? What was the substantial change that you questioned?
Well, my sister, she did. She stole equipment. She stole my dad's truck. She closed out the estate, I believe, and she took money. They wouldn't give me any paperwork. They gave me minimal paperwork. So I don't know all the facts and everything, but I know my dad did say that he had at least 3 to 4 bank accounts, and that he only had 2 showing. My daughter was also a third in the trust, and they took her out of it.
Okay. And you believe he was not, he's allowed to change his trust, but do you believe he was out of it?
Yes.
And okay, Dan McKenzie, our attorney at law, I want to ask you something, Dan, real quick. How would you go about, and I know you've had this question come up. I know you have, because on our show we've had it before. So what happens when a will or a trust is changed right before someone dies? I know we've had this question. What happens when you think there was undue influence, or they didn't have the capacity? What do you do in a case like that after the person dies?
It's different depending on whether it is a trust or a will, because a will might be going through probate in most circumstances, so you already have a court case available to you. Both of those, those are the 2 most common ways to challenge a will: the lack of capacity and undue influence. The bar is pretty high for undue influence. You really got to show that the person could not have resisted, that they are really being pressured. It's not just like, one kid walked in and suggested the idea and the parent decided to do it. And it's really got to be like some pretty overwhelming campaign, actually. So it is not the easiest thing to prove. And lack of capacity, too. I mean, it's like you've got to have probably medical records and some expert testimony to prove that as well. So it's a hard road. If it's not in probate, that also is a challenge just because there is not a court case available. So you do have to do a little bit more digging and possibly file a lawsuit since there isn't already a case open.
Okay, so that's a quick question. That's a quick question. Sandra, was probate opened? Yes or no? Did you have a probate opened?
No.
Okay, so it was done outside. Okay, it was done outside of probate. So I hear Dan saying you would have to sue. Would she sue the estate, or would she sue the executor, the trustee? Who would she sue?
That can be a difficult question too. But I think probably if she believes that the person that her sister did this engaged in undue influence, she would probably sue the sister. But that is a question she should definitely, it's a little bit fact specific, so
right.
She really should talk to someone about what she knows to make sure she gets the right.
So Sandra, you would have to bring
suing people. It's like,
you would have to bring a lawsuit, and the problem with that is, let me just explain this. Even though you're saying my sister stole this and somebody stole that, you have to have actual evidence that it was against the deceased's will, or his desire. I mean, you'd have to show that they went against their wishes and just padded their own pockets or did something outside of the actual trust. It's a very, very difficult road, Sandra, and it's expensive. It's not, see, here's the problem, and I don't know if it is a problem or not, but there is no person to complain to that will open an investigation. It's not like you have a minister of fairness, okay? It's not like you can go to somebody at the state and say, wait a minute, my sister did this, and then they open up an investigation. It doesn't work that way. It's a civil action. So do you think you have enough evidence to show that your father was out of it, or that your sister exercised undue influence or coerced him in some way? Do you think you have enough evidence?
Yes, I do.
Okay, give me pretend I'm a judge. Pretend I'm a judge. Give me the evidence. What do you have? Pretend, and if you have a document, I'll take you at your word. But tell me what you have. Pretend I'm a judge. What are you going to show me?
Okay, well, I've got the actual trust. The trust itself was supposed to be the executor, and I've got it when my dad put his friend on and took my sister off. We signed that in January of this year, and it was for the executor position. It says that, and it states what he's responsible for. As far as the equipment, he gets a percentage of that in the house.
Yeah, I understand that, but you didn't tell me anything wrong. You just said you have the paperwork where your dad switched things in January. What else do you have to show wrongdoing?
Well, I've got that paper. I've got where they changed the position. So what happened was when my uncle took over, they didn't give him the paperwork either. My sister took it from my dad's house. And then supposedly she got them mixed up, the old one and the new one.
You said you had evidence, Sandra. You don't have. I want to hear the evidence. Where is the evidence?
Well, okay. Well, I've got the papers that state that it's supposed to be the executor. Now he's the trustee instead of the executor. They switched positions. I don't have the actual.
Well, first of all, the trustee and executor in this case, first of all, there is no such thing anymore of an executor. It's a personal representative, and that's only usually in probate. And if you have a trust, the proper term would be the trustee, right, Dan? Isn't that, that's the one in charge, the trustee. Isn't that right?
Yeah, trustees and personal reps are both. They're both executors.
I thought the lawyer that helped him with it was supposedly a lawyer for something else, and she took it over, and she wasn't a trust lawyer, and so my dad. But they keep saying that my dad wanted to use her.
Sandra. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Sandra, hold on. They're going to go to court, and they're going to say, Your Honor, here's the trust, and here's what it says. I am the trustee. And here are the people who are benefiting from the trust. And what are you going to say to refute it? You're going to have to say, my dad did not mean to do that. And the judge will say, Sandra, give me proof that your dad did not mean to do that.
Well, I've got the letter that I've got that myself and my dad signed to put Bill on in January. States what his responsibilities are. He was supposed to have nothing to do with any of the accounts, any of the money, nothing.
Okay.
And when my uncle he came back on, now he's in charge of all the money.
Okay, got it. So Dan, hold on, Sandra. So Dan, if she has a letter that was signed by her dad in January saying, I don't want my brother to be part of any of this at all. He's only to do this, this, and this. And then a few days before the guy dies, his brother is in charge of the very stuff that letter says he shouldn't do. Would that be enough smoke to cause, what would that do, do you think, Dan?
That would show, probably more on the undue influence. Well, no, either one, really. The question is, what was his mental condition at the time of signing? Did he know what he was doing? Did he know who his family was? Did he know what he owned? Those are the incapacity questions. And then, what were the circumstances? Was he in the hospital room and just, Sandra couldn't get in there? There was, they were kind of denying her access. They were holding him kind of hostage, for lack of a better term. So all those circumstances, the letter, it's a good
now,
piece of evidence.
But I want to ask you something.
At the same time, we've got, sorry.
What are the chances?
You've got challenges with presenting evidence from somebody who is deceased.
Yeah.
There are pretty strict rules on that.
So what are the chances that things get overturned? Have you seen where literally the trust or the changes in a will or in a trust, have you ever seen where they were actually overturned because an heir or someone protested and said, that's not right?
It's not enough. You made the point earlier that people are allowed to do what they want. And so, it's not enough to just say, hey, this thing happened and it's different than what he said before. You got to show, the reason he changed his mind was something that was invalid. It wasn't just people change their minds. And sometimes they change their minds for reasons that are not correct. That's not enough either. So, you really got to show that the person was, again, really confused or, really pressured in a way that goes kind of above and beyond just,
right.
suggesting it.
Right.
So that's the challenge.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, so now if the trustee is with the trust, okay, and he's doing fraudulent activity within the trust against the trust, how can the lawyer, the trust lawyer, defend him and the judge? Because I tried to remove him as a trustee. And this has been since February, and the judge has sort of put my stuff on the back burner. And so they're trying to close the trust now. They've sold the house for a little bit of nothing. The judge was just ignoring my paperwork. He's allowed them him to get payment from the trust for his lawyer. He's allowed him to use, and I don't understand how he can use the same lawyer as the trust. If it's, within the trust, I thought he had to get his own lawyer and pay for his own lawyer himself.
That does happen a lot, actually, that the drafting lawyer also is the lawyer that helps with the administration. It sounds like you're already in court on this.
Well, I am, because I filed for removal of the trustee back in February. Well, then Bill fired the lawyer here and went to Denver, got a different lawyer for litigation. And so he's just done a lot of fraudulent stuff, and I wanted to remove him. Well, he took my place. I was after my sister when my uncle stepped down. My sister came on. He couldn't do it anymore. I was in her.
What do you mean he did a lot of fraudulent stuff? Give me one thing that he did that was fraudulent.
Okay, so my dad had a Model A, and everything was supposed to be auctioned off. Well, they sold the Model A to my son for $15,000. He received the check from my son and turned around and paid my sister. Instead of putting it in the trust where it was supposed to be, he went and gave a check to my sister for the whole amount. That's one thing.
Did you bring okay, we got to take this break. Again, people who are listening, I want to tell you something very clearly. You truly need to take part in the estate planning process and have someone, an independent attorney that you can talk to, because that attorney will know what the intent was of the client if they truly met with the client, talk to the client, and know their client. In this case, maybe that didn't happen, but that's what you need. You need someone independent of the estate to say, yes, I was the attorney. I did this. He meant to do this. He meant to do that. So you are not fighting amongst yourselves, because what's going to happen is Sandra's going to go broke trying to fight for more, and she's going to go broke doing it. That's what happens. Most of the heirs end up with very little, and the attorneys end up with the bulk of it. I'm Tom Martino. We got more coming right up.
Yep.
I'm consumer advocate Tom.
I don't know what to say, man. She's not gonna.
You
Jeez.
said plenty.
I mean, Dan McKenzie, we don't really need him anymore. I mean, I guess we.
That's why I recommend David Ellis Jewelry on 3rd and Clayton. He'll weigh it and pay it. He'll even buy your fine jewelry and diamonds.
We're thanking Dan and letting him go.
Okay, thanks, man.
You get to know him. 2640 East 3rd Avenue. That's 3rd and Clayton. 303-322-8779. 322-8779.
I want my mechanic to be honest. I want him to be smart with experience. I want a great, well-lit, secure facility. I want someone who's going to save me money. All of that you can get at SheridanAutotech.com on Colfax, west of Wadsworth. It's a great facility. I take my car there instead of a dealer, and I save a ton of money. They also do pre-buy inspections on used cars. They do heavy and light maintenance and repairs, including electrical issues. 303-455-7242, 455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com. And speaking of saving money, what about $1,499? You heard me. $1,499 for a water heater. That's right. And he'll beat any price on any plumbing job there is, including repiping your whole house with PEX Plumbing, including the drywall. If you were told you need repiping, EuroPlumbingColorado.com can do it. In fact, they can do, as I said, any plumbing job for less money than anyone else. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
That was real good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And if you have any more issues, feel free to call back or any questions, okay?
Any more issues? Probably just non-stop issues.
Okay, have a good one. Bye. I don't understand.
So you say
I want to
though,
look that up. The Guitar Center said it's a law, but I'm
there's a
pretty
little
sure
fluid
it's a
left
policy.
in the bottle
Why I have
for the four that after you take the four
It
shots.
seems like this lasts longer than a month.
That's golly.
Although one
That's not
time,
bad, man.
Denver Region said, "Oh, I'll double up." So I got 2 bottles, but my gut says it lasts more. One little thing for me lasts
More.
lasts
You wouldn't
longer
think
than a
they put
month.
that much. If I thought if they lasted, I guess you could suck it out with a needle, and squeeze it into the next bottle.
By law, typically 10 to 30
suppose
days.
you could do that.
By the way, how are cardboard prices doing, Dimitri?
Creeping up.
Like, I'm down to the point now. I
That's
told
true.
you the other day.
It's been creeping up.
Maybe enough for
Which is
one,
extremely
but I have to
possible
sit there and like,
Oh, you do?
put it in. I
Get it in the
barely
right
get it
spot.
through, and
Yeah.
then I can start pulling the syringe
You know,
down to see if it'll fill up.
Here's the typical.
Mm-hmm.
I knew my
What are the
medicine
odds
was
someone
coming.
like steals a guitar and then goes to Guitar Center.
FedEx
So
was
it's
supposed to
I'd
send
say
me
about
one,
30%.
A notice on my
I'd
phone
say a little
disaster.
yeah, but most of them are going to get, or not, most of them are.
Oh
going
yeah,
to
70 sounds great, but
Marketplace.
30% felony. Yeah, let's go ahead and hang on to that for just a little bit. We'll get our money. We'll sell it. You'll get your thing. You'll do. You know.
On
Yeah.
my
No.
porch. I brought it on.
Yes. No.
There was some frozen packs on it that looked like they were put in 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
You know, took the airplane ride or the truck ride or whatever. I mean, it was still cool, but you know, you sit there and go, gee.
Yeah, put it in the shade.
more ice in it. Yeah.
Because there's markings on there.
Oh, it said,
Keep
yeah.
cool or
put in refrigerator
Right.
as soon as it arrives. I'm surprised they didn't leave it out at the curb. Well, I have no curbs, but the mailbox.
Yeah.
They did that one, and it was FedEx. They did that once on the most expensive locomotive I've ever bought. Sitting right out at the mailbox. I mean, that would have been one to come and pick up.
Yeah.
Is anyone with Tom in this studio?
No.
Yeah, D.
Oh, D's there?
Oh, D's there?
No, somebody just asked if you were
Hi,
here.
D.
Hi, I'm here. Hi, how's it going there?
He just came in.
Process server asking.
Oh.
Process server asking if you're there.
Oh, the answer is no.
I'm still winning.
Oh, suddenly
D.
you're not there now. Okay.
Demetrius left the
no.
building.
Here's a photo of him. If you do, here you go. Hey Tom, on this call screener thing, if I uncheck the in show spots, does that mess you up?
No. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome. We have John Fuller, personal injury attorney and our auto accident expert. Call Fuller.com. When he's not here, he's at 303-597-4500. As I said, you can call and ask to talk to him right up front, have him call you back, start on your case immediately. And that's what I love. I love the access. I love the immediate, the immediacy of it all, because people don't want to wait. Okay, by the way, I do have a question was texted in about, they said this was a low, it was 8 miles an hour in a parking lot. Barely any damage to my bumper, but my neck locked up. I saw it because I saw the car in the rearview mirror and I just braced and it hit. It was only 8 miles an hour. They keep talking about speed. The other company kept asking me what damages there were to my car. Is this going to screw up my case? Now, he doesn't have an attorney. Do they take a lot of that into consideration? Have you seen, John, where even though it doesn't look like a lot of damage, there can be injuries or other problems associated with the accident, John?
Well, yeah. I mean, damages come in a lot of different flavors. Not all of them are immediately, apparent. And some, like they were saying earlier, can manifest themselves years later. So, yeah, they come in all shapes and sizes and all different flavors.
So when they're talking about minor injuries to the car, he feels they're trying to equate the minor damage. Therefore, you should have minor injuries.
And they do that all the time. I mean,
okay.
Listen, again, once we go back to the basics, it's your burden of proof, okay? You have the obligation of proving that this particular accident caused the injuries that you're complaining of. One component of that accident that is available for that jury to see, and people are not dumb, they drive by accidents all day, every day, and they see crunched up cars, and they immediately kind of ascribe a certain level of damage to what they see on the side of the road. So if it's a minor little fender bender, their immediate reaction is, get the heck out of the way, you're just clogging up traffic, and move on. And then they see one that got hit by a freight train and they think there's no way somebody walked away from that. But we all know that the reality is sometimes in that first accident, somebody may have lost their life. And then in that train crash, somebody walks away without a scratch. So there are exceptions to every rule. they've done crash test dummy, experiments that have proven definitively that property damage cannot necessarily be correlated to the injury of the occupant. So that is a scientific fact.
Okay.
But you still have the burden of proving it, and you still got to get over what people see and feel in their hearts and minds when they see a photograph of a small damaged, accident.
Okay, John, this one is a weird one. They said that the adjuster wants access, not like where they can post, but they want to know their social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever social media they have. What are they getting at?
If I could only tell you all the things that have been discovered on my clients' social media pages over the years, but it's this. People get on social media and they treat it like a private conversation with their friends, and they gripe about everything that's going on in their life. Or they get on social media and they tell the rest of the world how wonderful their life is, and they show all the cool, exciting things that are going on. And then they find themselves in a deposition talking about how they can't, walk across the room. They can't dance. They can't enjoy life anymore. And then there's pictures of the cruise that they were on 2 weeks ago where they're dancing up a storm in the ballroom and stuff. And so it's just evidence. It goes to either support or rebut the claims that people make. And so we tell people in no uncertain terms that, when they sign up with my firm, do not post anything about your accident on social media. Just do not do it, because nothing good can come out of that. This is a long-term, process that we go through, and your life is under the microscope, and anything you post, is going to hurt you. Now, Tom, the worst one I've ever seen is I had a client that that actually posted a video of him in a bong smoking contest in a bar in some place in Boulder. And he won. So
wow! What was the grand
really
prize?
Good at it, but
wow! He won the contest. Lost probably the case.
It didn't help his case any. I can tell you that. But yeah, people just put some dumb stuff out on the internet, and it can truly come back and haunt you.
Yeah, John, you bring up a good point. You have somebody who's complaining about they lost their mobility, but then they show themselves out surfing, or something like that. Yeah. But tell me the truth, though, seriously, will that other company literally bring that up in court?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, Tom, they used to go out and pay people to go and surveil people. I mean, there was that was a big thing there for a while. I haven't seen it in a long time, although I do know that it continues to this day. But they don't have to do it anymore. People will post the incriminating evidence themselves.
That is a good point.
If they stalk them on Facebook, people will accept friends from people they don't even know. And all of a sudden, you're just letting somebody in the door to every personal and private post and comment and photograph that you've decided to put out there on the internet. And it's a terrible
All right,
thing.
people, you heard it from John Fuller. Callfuller.com is his website, by the way. And what he's saying is true. I mean, they can use anything against you. So I would say, don't just not post about your accident. I would say advice, don't post anything, because they're going to try to use it against you. So if maybe if you're sitting at a restaurant, you can post that. But I mean, don't post any physical activity or stuff like that. I mean, we all know you can be injured and have good days and bad days, but they're going to use everything against you. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. This is great advice. I never even thought of that before we got this text about somebody wanting the other party literally ask for their names on social media so they can look at their accounts. By the way, denverregen.com, stem cell therapy, genuine stem cell therapy. I've had it done. I can vouch for him. denverregen.com. I got a spot to do. All right. I got it, brother.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver.
An iHeart radio station.
Ryan Schuling, mornings at 6. Dan Kaplis, afternoons at 4. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we do have rock scaling underway in the foothills, I-70 at the Veteran Memorial Tunnel, so traffic's at a stop right now between Idaho Springs and the bottom of Floyd Hill. It should reopen here shortly, but definite delays there. I-25 south coming into downtown, a little sluggish. We've had a little bit of traffic on 270 out of Commerce City, as well as the drive coming out of the airport on Pena, but no big problem spots as far as crashes. Watch for construction on Wadsworth heading northbound through C470. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster. Buying custom blinds shouldn't be complicated or stressful. That's why we make it simple and affordable. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Ordering takes minutes, installation is easy, and we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
You know, around 6 years ago, I hired private advisors to help me with my investment portfolio. Why? Because I was tired of the industry. I found out that most advisors, about 98% of them, just put your money in model portfolios with bigger advisors, and they simply make a middleman fee. I wanted to find someone to work directly for me, so I became that advisor. Martino Capital. Listen, I've had the joy of having this company now officially open to the public for a couple years, and we are growing in leaps and bounds. Why? Everybody we show, everyone so far has converted to us. Why? Because we show them not only what we do, but literally how it would have performed with real numbers over the last 3 to 5 years. Here's what I'm telling you. If you're happy where you are, we'll tell you if you have a great deal. But get a checkup from martinocapital.com. I have my money invested right alongside yours. 303-771-HELP. You have my word on it. 303-771-4357.
Thank you.
I think the statute allows most anybody to do it.
I know what I'm talking about myself. I can't stop. How long was it?
Mark's mother about freaked out when she found out he was an ordained minister. Oh, so funny. You're not going to pitch a tent, are you? You know Mark might be good at that.
I was wrong.
In his Lulus?
That engine costs 10 to 15 million.
For that plane?
The guy that went through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was
it's probably a big Rolls Royce engine.
Yeah, I
or
thought
something.
it was maybe 3 million, but
no, they're big time. And they don't do well with things going through them. Like a Goose, it can pretty well handle that. But like a dude going through it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Another level.
But I heard some audio of some other pilot like, there's a leg laying out on the runway or something like that.
From this most recent event?
You would think a leg or shoe or ankle would be the last thing.
Some parts laying out on the road or something.
John, would you argue pre-existing condition on that leg?
You gotta clean up in aisle 3.
It'd be a good commercial for Doc Martens, kind of name of a shoe that if they didn't get ground up.
Right.
Adeline has her first dog bite case. It's a toddler. Got bit in the face, and it was at another family member's house. So you know how that's all going, right? But
yeah, the family's real happy, I'm sure. Yeah.
God, your dog bites my baby, and I'm going Kaiser Sose on you. Do you remember that from Usual Suspects?
The thing that
I will wipe
about
out a
that
village.
is that
Oh my God!
In Colorado, the laws suck for dog bites.
In favor of the dog?
No, in favor of the owner of the dog, and not in favor of the person that gets bit.
You're kidding.
No, it's the statutes don't allow for much of anything to be recovered. She's not suing under the statutes, I'm sure, but proving negligence in a dog owner's handling of it and suing a relative, that's a mess. They're probably just having, the insurance company is balking at it, and they're going to prove them otherwise. Prove that was a bad choice. But I've had cases against relatives and stuff, and
it's messy.
I wouldn't. Not even that. A lot of times the relatives like, I want you to get the compensation you deserve, but getting the insurance company to go along with it. But I can't imagine actually litigating that case and going to court and telling a jury that Uncle Versi over here it's like
well,
he's
dude,
not
don't
really
you
an
think
adverse
homeowners
party,
is going to settle?
Maybe, but if they have backed themselves into a position to where it's kind of a bad faith deal by not offering limits when they should have, then it may end up going into litigation anyway. Because in order to make it into the bad faith
This
case
guy
that
says,
it
yes, I
would
gotta
have to
come up
be,
with $1,200.
they
Yeah.
have to go get a jury verdict. Well, then you're suing your uncle or your
Yeah.
brother or something. So it's hard to have I think, this is John's opinion, I think juries are not real cool about being brought in to be on jury duty to find that we have friendly parties here that are suing with no mention of an insurance company, because that doesn't come in. And they're just kind of like, what the hell is going on here, you know? So, I don't know. It's ugly. I hate dog bite cases. I hate them.
Okay, I'm going to talk about
I've
them.
had a couple, but don't talk about them.
Who, the dead guy?
So, John, we got a dog bite case here.
No, don't do it. Just don't go there, please. Don't.
Okay, I
don't
will.
wanna talk about it.
How about a person
bump me
bite?
back with who let the dogs out.
That's fine. Did you bite somebody? We can talk about that.
Rose bit a coworker
Shannon dog
twice.
bite or Shannon bite case?
Here we go.
Awesome.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. By the way, someone, they heard Dan McKenzie and they wanted to know how to get in touch with him. Let me just tell them real quick here. It's McKenzie Law, 833-CO plans, 833-CO plans. Now, this is what I mean. When it comes to estate planning, you need people who know what they're doing, okay? And you need to have an independent party where you keep that trust or that will, preferably an attorney. And you keep a copy as well, but they can be the ones to interpret it and say what the client wanted rather than you trying to fight your relatives. I mean, it's amazing how people get into trouble doing this. Now, John Fuller, someone wants to know, they have a minor who was the only one seriously injured in this accident, and they're about to get a big settlement. And speaking of probate, the attorney mentioned probate or something about an estate or paying an estate for the child. What does that mean?
Okay, so in Colorado, when a plaintiff is under the age of 18 and the settlement exceeds, generally speaking, $10,000, we have to go through a probate court hearing in order to get approval for the settlement. And so the courts just won't allow the parents to say, yes, we think that's the right settlement or anything. And what they're trying to do is to make sure that the parents don't settle a case, take all the money, and then not spend it on something that's in the child's best interest. Part of the reason behind that, Tom, that most people don't know is that the statute of limitations for a kid doesn't really begin to run until the age of majority. So if it's a 2 or a 3 year statute, that technically doesn't begin to tick until they turn 18. And then in the case of a car accident, it would be 2 years beyond that date that they would have to fully resolve their issues. So because they're a child and because they don't have to resolve the case right now while they're a child, the court requires that any proposed settlement go through this hearing and be approved.
Okay, so let's say that this is not part of their email, but I know that's what they're asking. So let's say they get $500,000 or whatever. What do the parents have access to that money?
Generally, no. So there's going to be a couple different components to it. All of the expenses and stuff will be paid off at the time of settlement. So any subrogation interest, any outstanding medical expenses,
okay,
the fees, the cost, all that stuff. But the money that's left over at the end on a settlement that's been approved by the judge will generally wind up in one of two places. Either a structured settlement where it's a contract with an insurance company, much like an annuity, where at certain intervals in that child's life, there'll be payments made out, sometimes even for the entire life of the child, depending on the severity of the injuries and stuff. Or it'll wind up in an account that grows with interest, but it is a restricted account that nobody has access to without court approval. And then here's the weird thing. When the child turns 18, they can get access to their money, but it requires the court to approve each of those transactions.
Really?
So if they want to buy a car or something, they have to go to court and say, hey, Your Honor, I want to buy a car. or I want to use it on college, and the judge would approve it. Once they turn 21, then they have unfettered access to their money. But here's the crazy thing about the law. If the child turns 18, if let's say they were 15 years old at the time of the accident, they wait, there's a settlement on the table, and instead of settling the case and going through probate, they decide to wait until the very day after their 18th birthday. They're considered an adult. They do not have to go through the probate process, and they have unfettered access to their money from that day forward. We do it all the time.
You mentioned something that piqued my interest, because at MartinoCapital.com, we got an inquiry saying that they're getting ready to have a structured settlement, and they were told that they could have an account with a registered investment advisor where it is deposited into a certain kind of account. So a structured settlement, explain that to me. What are they saying? Are they saying that they get payments under certain guidelines, or what is a structured? I guess it's how you structure it, right?
Well, in essence, yes. So usually the word structured settlement imply that annuity structure that I talked about earlier, where there's periodic payments made out into the future. And then probably what they're contacting your firm for is in anticipation of some of those payments being made, for those payments to land in an account that your operation would be managing the money for. And that would be, for payments that are made before they're of an age that they can have access to their money. So that would be my best guess. If not that, then they may be choosing to not use that annuity product, and they may just want to invest the money with your operation and have it be a long-term investment that they don't have access to until they reach that certain age of majority.
All right, somebody's on Medicaid, John.
Hey, John.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mark. Just real quick. Medicaid. Keep that in mind. And go ahead, Mark. You can, and then I'll talk about Medicaid, because someone's on Medicaid and they were injured.
A couple, basically two-part question. One, I understand there's new caps in Colorado. So how much more money can someone get now compared to like 2 years ago?
Well, the caps were raised, and they're a very complicated analysis to go into which cap applies, and it has to do with when the accident is, when the lawsuit was filed, all that kind of stuff. But still, at the end of the day, caps are only applicable when you have catastrophic injuries that are sufficient enough to warrant those caps, and where you have a source of payment of those damages. And so you can have a case that's worth $umpteen million, but if there's only $25,000 of coverage on some ridiculous Fred Loya policy, there may not be a source that would pay that, no matter how bad the damages are.
So you just have an empty judgment, basically.
That's right. Yep.
But if it is catastrophic, how much more money can someone get now under the new law?
Well, economics have never been limited. So economics mean future medical care, lost wages, that kind of stuff. The caps only relate to non-economic damages, which are pain and suffering. And it really, Mark, there's so many different categories that come into play between wrongful death, regular injuries, when the injury occurred, and stuff like that. It's really a case-by-case basis. But they did go up. But again, it's a matter of where you're going to get that money from, and when the case actually accrued as to exactly which caps apply to your case.
And real quick, if someone's on Medicaid, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead, Tom.
On Medicaid, what happens with medical bills? They don't get reimbursed, right? I mean, how does that work for someone who said they've been in an accident, they had loads of medical bills paid by Medicaid? Will they get anything out of their settlement?
Absolutely. So in Colorado, the measure of damages is the amount of your medical bills without respect to how those bills are being paid. And that means it doesn't matter if the bill's being paid by Medicaid, by Medicare, by private health insurance, under a lien arrangement, or through cash out of pocket. We still consider the billed amount of that care, because if you're entitled to a discount because you have some particular form of health insurance, we're not going to give the defendant credit for that discount because you likely paid for it. Now, for the case of Medicaid, that's a gratuitous benefit program, and so it falls under a slightly different rule. But we have to pay Medicaid back. And so if Medicaid paid out 20 cents on the dollar or 25 cents on the dollar, rest assured that we have a duty to pay them back just as if they were a normal health insurance company or any other entity. They have a right, and they will assert that right.
Okay, but you get to get full benefit and then pay what Medicaid paid,
Absolutely.
basically. Okay, we got Mark. Did you have something real quick? Well, let's do it right after this break. We got more coming up.
Let's take this break, but I've got a real question about a family member, and it has to do with a horrific accident and seat belts.
Okay, we'll do that right after this.
Thank you.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we do have rock scaling underway in the foothills, I-70 at the Veteran Memorial Tunnel, so traffic's at a stop right now between Idaho Springs and the bottom of Floyd Hill. It should reopen here shortly, but definite delays there. I-25 south coming into downtown, a little sluggish. We've had a little bit of traffic on 270 out of Commerce City, as well as the drive coming out of the airport on Pena, but no big problem spots as far as crashes. Watch for construction on Wadsworth heading northbound through C470. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster. Buying custom blinds shouldn't be complicated or stressful. That's why we make it simple and affordable. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Ordering takes minutes, installation is easy, and we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
You know, you're never going to find for $39 a service like this. They take apart your air conditioner. They literally take it apart. They clean every nook and cranny. They adjust and tune it, put it all back together with a no breakdown guarantee. Listen, if you've never had it done, come on. It's $39. This is an introductory offer because they want to be your company. Give them a call. Fix it 24/7. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Yesterday, Mark took this picture.
Oh, cool.
Wait a minute. Mark?
Yes.
Why didn't you do the Become the Banker then?
Was on the
Oh, I'll do it right now. Tell me when.
Like, oh my
40
God,
seconds
Mark, there's
away.
a bear in our neighbor's yard. Yeah, and
No, it's
there's
a 30,
chicken
and
coop
I
there.
thought Mark was reading the thing, but he's
looking
busy
for
with
some
his
eggs or
his
chicken.
guy. He's busy with the plumber or
black
whatever
bear,
the
maybe?
corn is.
Brown
that-
bear.
Oh, brown bear, yeah.
That's a black bear.
I think I'm going to let Suzanne on my OnlyFans.
Mark,
He may be brown, but we only have black bears.
I'll
in
have to tell
Colorado.
Mark
That's
that.
what I
I
thought.
don't see color. Shut up. Mark's got to do a spot. Stand
Okay.
by.
Come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
For your 15% off, call now, 844-31-RHINO, or go to rhinoshieldco.com.
MyMoneyMyWay.com. I just got an email from these guys. They met with Joe to talk about guaranteed income for life, and they're going to buy an annuity, not just because the annuity guarantees them a paycheck every month till the day they die, but it also had the long-term care benefits, which is very important to a lot of people near retirement or close to it. Not only do you get a 17% bonus, but think about this. Once you start receiving those checks and turn the income stream on, if you ever have issues with your health, you get long-term care benefits. You got to check it out. Call up Joe. Guaranteed money. MyMoneyMyWay.com. MyMoneyMyWay.com. Maybe.
Thank
She has a
you.
big windshield.
So
Just
what
got
were you
No,
going to tell
thank
Mark
you.
about
$1,500 to
OnlyFans?
get the windshield
Thank
tinted.
you.
Thank
I don't
you.
know, a month ago.
No,
and
thank
boom,
you.
a rocket. So I've got a chip. He's like, get to Safe Light this morning and get that chip repaired. I get there and they're like, come back later this afternoon and we'll do it. So that's what I'm doing after the show today.
No.
So wait, John, you're saying even though that bear's fucking brown, it's not a brown bear?
That's a black bear, Mark.
So what is it, like an albino?
No, it's just a black bear. They come in a lot of different colors. There's cinnamons and.
Then why the fuck do they call them black
I don't
bears?
know. I wasn't on the committee, you know?
But
Think
you know
of it
there
as
was
a
a committee.
bear.
How do you know that didn't?
Here, Shannon, I'll send you
How
the
do
picture.
you know that wasn't
I don't-
flown
I
in
don't
from
need it.
somewhere into
No.
Franktown?
It wasn't flown in from anywhere.
I don't, Suze, I don't
It's
need
an
it.
illegal
Okay, I will
alien,
send it to
Mark.
you then.
Send
I'll send
ice
it to
out
Adam.
there, you know?
What am I getting?
A picture of a bear that was in our next door neighbor's yard yesterday.
Oh, cool. Change the color tint.
He and Mark had a
this is
staring
right here.
contest.
Colorado has a healthy population. Shut up.
Keep going.
You go up and
No, I don't want to go any further.
Black bears.
I don't want to go any further. You're right, including brown, cinnamon, and blonde.
Yep. Yeah.
A large brown-colored black bear can easily be mistaken for a grizzly.
Yeah.
They all look alike to me.
Okay, hold on.
Shannon.
Is there any brown bears in Colorado?
Give Mark a challenge. He'll take
There may be one at the zoo.
Hey, zoos count. If that thing could have got out and walked to Franktown.
Okay. We all got to have dreams there, Mark.
There's probably a brown bear or two down at Charlie's bar.
They were wiped out in Colorado a long time ago. The last confirmed grizzly bear in the state was killed in 1979.
Wow.
Why did they eradicate them?
They perceive them to be a risk to cattle and stuff. It's kind of like wolves and everything. They were They were just killed out, poisoned, and
We need to
everything.
bring the grizzly bear back.
There's probably some grizzlies in Colorado that have come down through Wyoming, and because they do have them in Wyoming, so why wouldn't they be here?
Okay. Well, here's something I'm confused
same with,
about on
Same
bears.
with natural wolves. We've had natural wolves in Colorado for a long time. They just have only recently started reintroducing them and stuff. So
I thought, maybe I was misinformed, but I thought bears were vegetarians.
bears are pretty equal opportunity. They'll eat anything they can.
They were scouting out our neighbors' chickens.
Even what?
People?
Well, if
I got rid of my
found
chickens.
a dead
I
person,
now have
they'd probably
ducks,
munch
so
on
I
it a
wake
little
up at the
bit,
quack
but
of
they
dawn.
wouldn't seek you out to kill you.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mark, go ahead. You said you had something.
I was talking. Yeah. So, John, let me ask you something. 20 years plus personal injury. Prior to that, I remember you did some kind of criminal defense. So why do you do it? Honestly, does it give you a good feeling when you recoup money for people? I mean, in all reality, why do you do this? There's all kinds of law to do. Why personal injury?
For me, the challenge is I just hate seeing people get taken advantage of by these big, huge insurance companies, and it's such a racket. If you look at the profitability of these companies and then listen to how they cry poor and they spend so much money at the legislature trying to get laws that really don't benefit consumers at all. It's a battle that's worthwhile, and you're helping people, and I just really enjoy that challenge.
That's kind of cool. Think of like the biggest mistake you have seen an actual client do, but yet you took the case. Like maybe talk to the other company's insurance company, but something what is the worst you can remember in 20 years? Kind of what was the case?
Yeah, as I think back on stuff, I mean, I remember cases where they've just made ridiculously low offers on cases, and they were completely serious in making their offers. One stands out where the offer, I think, was $5,000 on a premises liability case that we ended up settling for $750,000. That they had legitimately tried to talk this guy into taking $5,000, and he almost did until he got a hold of us, and we put him on the right path there. But that's the thing that just irks me the most, is just taking advantage of people, putting out these ridiculous offers, telling people that the statutes have run when they haven't run, and just completely lying to people that I can help make that wrong right.
Yeah, and you can call John here today. Give him a call. We're here at 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO.
Do you know what? That was a hell of a thing there. Right there, my gosh.
What are you talking about?
That was really good. I mean, as much as I complain about this, when you guys take, 2 minutes and you just kick the shit out of it, it's great.
Well, that's what I do, Shannon. That's what Tom and I do. So you think you would have been paying more attention to us for the last fucking 40 years.
Oh,
apparently we have a big problem with mice in Colorado, and I'm thinking Hanta.
Hantavirus?
No, well, we have mice for sure, but I don't know about.
I heard that's going to spread like wildfire.
Yeah, right. Fuck you.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, right.
In fact, Suzanne, on your way home, stop by Costco and get some masks.
Yeah.
Don't you just have them at home already?
Hey, Tommy, check your text. I sent you a picture.
Okay.
Shannon, we threw out, like years ago, we threw out probably a
Oh,
fucking
my
crate
God.
worth of those stupid masks that we bought and
And
a
that
shitload
crazy Mark
of cheap
took that
toilet
picture.
paper.
Holy
He was after the
I know you're
chickens.
gay.
That's a big motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, he had his nose in the coop.
Oh, that's what I'm going to go do right now.
That is
Did you put the pics up on YouTube?
I haven't put it up on YouTube. I put it up on the neighborhood Facebook page.
Put the pics up on YouTube of my our fans only page from last night. I'll tell you who should have a fucking fans only if Chopper should.
Dragon's in the house.
What does that mean?
What's up, Dragon? Actually, if you got Scott and Chopper together on a fans only, that
my
spells
gosh.
success. You imagine buying Scott's underwear?
Oh my God, you guys.
No.
You said it was
Or Chopper's fucking hanky. Hey, Dragon, you haven't played any drops for a while. You got to drop in some old show highlights, man.
All right.
Do the one where John and I were in studio and they said I was as stupid as John.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Should have a whole folder of those.
That was way funny, way funny.
Good old Drew.
He was a big old girl.
Where the
It was a minority lady.
It was a big old minority lady or something like that.
Excuse me, Home Depot. Can we talk to the big old minority lady?
Hey, let me ask y'all something. You got a gal working there, shall we say, a lady of girth, or
lady of girth. A minority lady of girth.
Is he still calling?
I think he's dead, but I don't know, man.
I haven't heard.
The fact he
heard from
hasn't
him
called
in
is
quite a while.
amazing.
Yeah.
And he's so limited on minutes on his phone. If we try to call him, it's nothing.
The very first day I hosted this show, and I had never heard from him before, he called in.
What was it about? You remember?
I don't know. Something stupid. But it was like, oh, let us put you right through.
He goes, Mark, that attorney of yours is about as dumb as you. Meaning that I was still dumber.
You're still dumb. He's not
Your lawyer friend
quite that
seems
dumb.
as stupid as you are, Mark.
Oh,
Your lawyer friend seems as stupid as you are, Mark.
There you go.
Your lawyer friend seems as stupid. Your lawyer friend seems as stupid. Your lawyer friend.
So he's putting us on the same level, not one above the other, but
I
as
caught that
stupid,
too.
you
Now
know?
I feel better.
Yes, you have a right to be stupid. Nobody can stop you from being stupid.
That was directed at Tom.
That's comforting.
She was a big minority woman.
There you go.
I was in the shower and I started thinking about that big old dick.
Excuse me?
I love sucking off people. I love
Oh
it.
my God, you guys.
Oh, God.
Now listen, he said it out of context, though.
I'm sure he did.
God, I hope so.
He meant sucking off people like
Knowledge.
Sucking off the well.
The knowledge, yeah.
Play it again, Dragon.
I want to pick your words a little bit.
I love sucking off people. I love it. What was edited
oh my
there?
God.
What was edited?
That was not edited.
Not a damn thing.
That was fucking right from your mouth, bro.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And you were talking about, someone said something like, oh, you just want to do this or that. And you're like, oh, yeah, I love sucking off people.
Let's see, what is that? They create sensory environment so hostile, super repellent.
I wish we still had the one from years and years ago where the lady kept calling you Geraldo, and she wasn't joking. She really thought she was on with Geraldo Rivera.
And I misunderstood what I was saying.
That's real. I misunderstood what I was saying.
And I misunderstood what I was saying. Product here.
We're going to include a lot of these at your eulogy in 20 years.
I was in the shower and I started thinking about that big old dick.
Jesus.
Unedited.
Where did that one come from?
Oh, my God.
Your lawyer
Unedited.
friend seems as stupid as you are, Mark.
That's John Fuller.
That's me.
Oh, shit. You know, what an interesting life, though, Drew. I mean, like, really. I bet he's not longer. You know, the last real call from Drew was when he was in trouble and not allowed in the grocery store anymore for urinating
Why?
in the
Because
parking
he
lot.
was peeing on a tree in the backyard when those two girls were wanting to sleep with him.
Oh, yeah. No, you're mixing up two Drew stories.
No, it was the same phone call.
They were two young ladies.
Yeah, it was the same phone call.
It was the same call.
Yeah, it sure was.
Oh, God.
The next Attorney General of Colorado, he'll join us at 5:06.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, what's happening this hour? Brought to you by Apple Air. That's air with an E on it. AppleAir.com. Great people, been around 40 years helping you with heating and air. Get them out there to your home for any. And by the way, they have the best values and the best prices and the best warranties. And they are really, really hip to the manufacturer's rebates and the tax credits. Thousands of dollars you can get off of high efficiency units right now. And they are a partner with Daikin, by the way, which has a 12 years parts and labor warranty, both 12 years. Daikin, by the way, and and they do this 6-year full replacement. If anything goes wrong in 6 years, they don't prorate anything. You get a full replacement of your unit. Think about that. That's Apple Air with an E, AppleAir.com, 303-733-2813. We have John Fuller with us. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. He talks a lot about traffic accidents because, of course, that's mostly what you get with personal injury. And he is an expert at getting what's coming to you. And we love having him here. And we touched on something I want to mention. We talked about injuries to pets. And, you know, John said they're personal property most of the time in the state. And of course, you're not going to just get endless supplies of medical bills or anything like that. And then I happen to mention pet insurance. And there are some pet insurance policy that have accident disclaimers or accident, what do you call them, clauses. So they will cover accidents and help you. And it goes beyond the value of the dog, which is good when it comes to, you know, your best friend. Now, when
Compass sells the hell out of those, man. They have all kinds of great prices.
Yeah, they do, Mark.
It's crazy.
They do. And anyway, the U.S. News did a report on this and said that Pets Best is the best. Pets Best. And that's just what it said. That's the name of it. Pets Best. And they said for $47.50 a month, you won't believe the coverage you get. And also one called Lemonade, just like lemonade is spelled, Lemonade. and that's around $50 a month. But you're going to have prices about the lowest price you're going to get is around $40 a month. But there are a lot of people doing that. A lot of young people are opting for pet insurance right now because they really can't pay for the visits, and they say it's wonderful. They even get wellness visits. And they have small deductibles, and it's saved the bacon of a lot of people who had pets, their beloved pets, who needed some serious stuff. And unlike a lot of these insurances, these pet companies, I guess because word gets out pretty quickly, if you take advantage of pet owners because they're crazy people. We are crazy people. I love animals. And they do a pretty good job. Most of them do a pretty good job. But Pets Best was one of them, Lemonade. And then there's one called Embrace. But as Mark said, Compass Insurance Group, Mark, you're right. They sell it. They sell it and they love it. And they say it's really good. It's a good coverage. You know how some coverages are just not good coverages because they, like the extended warranties for used cars and all that crap. But pet coverage seems to be a pretty good industry, a really good industry. And by the way, speaking of Compass, if you're interested in that, 303-996 9000 303-996-9000. Okay, so deputies, do you have any open cases? If not, yes.
Wait, I got a question for John.
Yes, sir.
Okay, John, listen to this. Now, this was in Georgia, but it actually happened, and I'm curious. Let's pretend it happened in Colorado where you know the laws in and out. So it was a criminal case, but of course it was also an insurance case. So someone we know, kind of related like cousin-wise, basically ran into a car, okay? Inside the car were 5 kids and 2 adults, and it was a small car. 5 kids in the back seat, some on the floorboard. Maybe it was a hatchback,
It was
a couple
minivan,
back there.
Mark.
What?
It was a minivan.
It was. How many kids were in it, though?
5.
5
More than
kids.
they had seat belts.
Say that again.
There were more kids than there were seat belts, so there were a couple of kids sitting on the floorboard.
Yeah, so it was totally illegal in some ways to be riding around with these little kids not in seat belts. But regardless of all that, I remember you always talking about the eggshell brain theory, or whatever you want to call it. Does the same go? You take your victims as you find them. So if the parents are so negligent, we're like a 1-year-old. This didn't happen in this case, but close. But a 1-year-old is like sitting on the floorboard when you hit them, even though they should have been in a child seat. You get the idea. Does that change the case at all, the liability?
That's a really interesting question, and not one that I've actually run into, but I would think that it would not. I mean, I like, you can't sue your parent, so I don't think a third-party designation that, that there's this third-party, meaning a parent at fault. I don't think the third-party designation would work because you can't really sue your parents for negligence and that sort of a circumstance. So I think you may take your plaintiff like you find them, and if the kid was on the floorboard,
wow,
that's just the way the kid was. I've never experienced that. That's just me kind of working through it in my head, and I could of course be wrong, but
But John, you must have maybe come across people who didn't have their seatbelt on. Do they try to discover that, like if an adult didn't have their seatbelt on?
Yeah, absolutely. But we have a seatbelt statute in Colorado that basically says, for front seat passengers at least, that generally speaking, if you don't have your seatbelt on, then you're not going to be able to collect for certain components of your damages that would have been prevented if you had had your seatbelt on. But the challenge with that, Tom, is, of course, how do you ever really prove what would have been prevented, what wouldn't have been prevented, what would have been worse or not as bad? And there's so much gray area with that statute that it largely doesn't really come into play that much.
All right. Anyway, we have another question here for you, and it has to do with warning signs. They want to know how much warning signs really matter when, like, they were at a supermarket and it said wet floor, but they didn't realize how wet it was. Really, really wet and slippery. I mean, does that shift responsibility completely if you put caution, wet floor, or can people still go after the store for personal injury?
So keep in mind, Tom, that the statute in premises liability cases says it's the unreasonable failure to take reasonable steps to protect against a dangerous condition. If the jury finds that putting up warning signs constitutes a reasonable step to adequately warn somebody or take steps to avoid that dangerous condition, then yes, that could be enough.
Oh, wow. Okay. If someone, by the way,
Hey, John.
Go ahead.
Okay, so John, listen to this one. This is a great question. So hit and runs. Someone hit and runs, and let's say they did have proper coverage that would, basically uninsured motorists. So let's say they had uninsured motorists. How do you prove, or what do you need to do? How do you know they didn't run into a tree? I guess there's going to be forensics and stuff, but when it's a hit and run and there's issues and you're going after your own insurance company because you don't know who the hell hit you, are those much harder cases to get paid on?
Well, it has to make sense. I mean, you can't claim that somebody rear-ended you, but yet all the damage is on the front of your car. Usually it's the totality of the circumstances will show that indeed you got hit by somebody and that they left the scene. Normally we have a police report where, the people called the police and said, hey, this just happened, and the guy that caused it ran off and left and stuff. So we can, when you add everything up, there's no real dispute about the fact that it happened. But, I've had cases before where, we know who the tortfeasor was, but they just completely denied that they were in an accident at all.
Wow.
And then those get really complicated, and you have to get, some more detailed levels of investigation and stuff to find out who's really telling the truth.
So it's really important, John. Documentation is really, really important. I know you love dash cams, but just our cell phone, just take pictures, right? I mean, you got to document as much as possible.
Yeah, almost every problem that I can think of that I've had in 20 years of handling these cases or whatever it's been is usually something that probably could have been resolved by a photo or a video or, some level of documentation of the accident. It's either an identity issue, where a photograph would have proved exactly who it was, or, an intersection or a dash cam showing a light being one color instead of another. I mean, those are the things that just keep coming up over and over again. So, nobody plans to be in an accident, but if you knew you were going to get into one tomorrow, what would you do different? Would you check your insurance? Would you make sure that you had plenty of uninsured motorist coverage? Would you have a dash cam? What would you do to make sure that you and your family were protected? And I just make the argument that you should do that even if you don't know you're going to get in an accident tomorrow, because you just might.
And by the way, the dash cams now are so inexpensive, and they can record the hell out of things. I mean, it used to be you had to have all these giant storage devices. Now a little card can keep a week of video on there. By the way, John Fuller is our guest today. That's John Fuller, 303-597-4500 when he's not here. But today you can call him here if you have a problem, question, or complaint, or any problem. Give us a call, 303-MARTINO.
I'm Drew Carney, anchor with 9 News. I love the Denver sports scene and living just 20 minutes from Red Rocks. I'm here to get you ready for the day ahead with the latest headlines, covering breaking news that affects you and your family, getting you the information you need right when you need it. Across the Denver Metro, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Colorado's #1 streaming newscast. 9 News Mornings, weekdays starting at 4:30.
It's such a joy representing great companies because you know people are going to use them and love them and they're going to thank you. Excel Roofing. I get emails saying, I can't believe how great these guys were. And you know what? You can have Excel Roofing and you can find out the price of your roof. And that's good to know, even if insurance is paying or if you have to get it yourself. Maybe you're selling your house. You'll get the price of a roof in 2 minutes or less on their website. On their front page, they have a pricing tool. It is great. Excel, E-X-C-E-L, as in excellent, excelroofing.com. They also do siding and they do windows and they do gutters and gutter cleaning, $99, and architectural permanent lighting. Mark and Suze have it on their house. Wonderful stuff. Call Excel Roofing today, 303-761-6400. And when we're on the topic of great companies, I've known George more than 25 years. Fix It 24/7. What a wonderful company. FixMyHome.com. Book Now is where you go to get them. And you can get that $39 extreme clean tune and check of your AC to keep it running great all year. You'll add life and efficiency to the unit. That's FixMyHome.com. Book now or call 720-526-3939. Okay. Any more insults?
Not this second. They're all quiet.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Oh, I got plenty. When are those, Suzanne, when are those 120s?
In the 1 o'clock hour. And then I think Become the Banker's coming up, aren't they?
Yeah, they're at 30. I'm about to get Joe on at 25.
You got Become the Banker coming up, babe.
It's going to be Jordan, sorry.
Oh, okay, Jordan. Thank you, Axe.
God, I wish he would start learning.
Who? Axe?
Yeah.
Aw, leave the kid alone.
Wait, learn what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chased that bear off, YouTubers.
You did.
It was crazy. It was up in the chicken coop. I ran over there, grabbed it in a headlock, drug its fucking ass 50 yards.
What?
Mark, you're a total badass.
Dude, it was crazy. Key is to speak loudly and intimidate it.
That's what they say.
And have bear spray.
And they have bear spray. I know.
I know. I was wearing boxers.
I thought these damn bears were nocturnal. That was at 4 in the afternoon yet, or 6 o'clock last night. So I'm like, oh my God.
Early bear.
I do not want to run into a bear with my puppies.
Especially a brown bear like that one.
It's a rare one.
We should see some good brown bears, though, in Alaska, no doubt.
Oh, my gosh, I can't wait. And bald eagles and whales.
We're actually going on a bear sighting tour.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Who pays to go see
As long
grizzlies?
as I don't die in that helicopter, I'll be fine.
You will see.
I think it's funny how you're willing for a complete stranger to fly you around in a helicopter, but Tom, no.
She never said no. We just never had the chance.
Oh, yes, she has.
Suze, did you say you wouldn't fly with me? Come on.
It's not you.
Don't
I don't
lie.
fly in helicopters.
Oh.
I won't fly
Unless
in
if it's a
helicopters.
complete
I'm just
stranger in
making an
Alaska
exception
landing on ice.
For a glacier. That I'm just making the exception. And I pray I don't die. I'm going to kill Mark if
let
I
me
do.
tell you about helicopter pilots that do tours. They're building time.
Exactly.
Is that a good thing?
No. No, I'm really serious about that.
Tom?
But Teller Chopper, they're building time. That's the kind of jobs they get to build time.
That's true.
Even in Alaska.
Yep, especially in Alaska.
Great.
What do you think about the ones that land on glaciers?
Well, I mean, I imagine listen, if they say ex-military, then you got a great pilot. So don't worry about it. I mean, those guys, the retired military guys or, people like that, those are the badasses.
How come you've never landed on St. Mary's?
I don't even know if you can.
Glacier.
Is it flat? I don't even know if it's flat. I have not seen it.
I don't think it's flat enough.
No.
Tom?
Yeah, I don't think so either. Now, we can do a sloped landing pretty well, but not that slopey.
Tom, I can do that credit question up if you want me to.
Yes, I forgot about that. That's good if we can work that in. Let me put that down here. Credit closing.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We got Chopper has got a follow-up with Amtrak. Okay, what was the call, Chopper? I'm looking for it here on our call log.
I don't think you was here that day.
Okay, go ahead. What's going on with it?
We had two ladies, a daughter taking her mom on kind of a bucket list trip from Omaha to San Francisco. Well, when they got here in Denver, the diner car just quit. So they took it off the train, and they continued on their way to San Francisco, eating nothing but cold sandwiches and snacks.
And didn't they pay for a first-class ticket? That was sort of the problem.
Yeah, this
where it
was
included the food.
This was a $4,000.
Yeah, they had a sleeper car. I found it in Omaha, and they said the first meal was great, but then nothing.
That's correct. So they sent a notice off to Amtrak customer service, and I called the daughter, and we decided to wait the 10 days to see if they got anything back from Amtrak. They didn't. So I reached out yesterday to Amtrak Media Relations. I did get a return call within 25 minutes, and they're going to get back to me. So as of right now, we're waiting on Amtrak. Oh, Amtrak did offer some $45. And I did the math on a standard meal, and I think they should at least get $400 to $500.
Now, wait a minute. Were the meals included? Were the meals supposed to be included in the price?
Yes, Tom, because it was a first-class experience. It was a first-class ticket they had purchased.
Man, that yeah, I agree, Chopper. It's way $45 doesn't even touch it.
That would be the snacks for me.
Is this, by the way, is Amtrak run by the government? Is it actually a government agency? Is it actually owned by the government?
Yes, it has been since the 1970s.
Okay, so the federal government actually runs it,
and they own it. Yeah,
and they have transportation, obviously, probably.
Yeah, for about I don't know what department operates it, but they've owned it for about half a century.
Wow.
They used to own a freight line too called Conrail, but then they sold that off sometime in the 90s. But they still operate Amtrak.
So anyway,
the thing I'm hoping, Tom, I'm hoping they don't offer them a what would you call it? Just a voucher for another trip. I mean, this lady is 89, and this was kind of like a bucket list trip for her.
Yeah.
They did it to me once, gave me $100, but I can't think I would ever take Amtrak again, just because. I mean, it wasn't anything bad. It's just how many times do we take train trips?
Yeah, I did train trips for the experience. I did it one time with my kids because I was afraid, once trains go away, that's it. And we actually got a sleeper car and all that. And we did a trip just to show the kids. And we flew back, but we took it to Chicago. It was really fun. It was a really fun trip. And then we flew back, but it was just to show them what the railroads were like and what it's like to travel by rail. And they had the diner car and the sleeper car. It was really cool. It was a good experience. I did it once alone from San Francisco to here just to see the view, and it was beautiful. But I don't know, how long are we going to really, how long? What we ought to do is have high-speed trains. Now, that's something. I mean, you're talking high-speed trains like in Europe. They're like unbelievably fast. They cut the train ride down, like a 4-hour train ride. They cut down to an hour. So do you think there's ever any chance of us getting high-speed rail in this country? Would there be too much upgrade needed? I know that.
I think there would be, but I think you'd be going through Wyoming. You probably wouldn't be going through the Rockies.
There's that line being built in California for the last 30 years that's supposed to be fast.
Yeah, I think they sunk
a fast
about
way between New York and Florida.
Yeah, but
it would be nice to have a bullet train, though, honestly.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, really cool. Maybe even for short commutes. I mean, I could see like New York to Washington, D.C. or something like that. That could probably get some ridership, or New York to Boston. Those kinds of, in the Northeast, I can see it. But we'll never get it. We'll never get it. Now, I know Elon Musk was talking about, not rail, but he was talking about some kind of high-speed magnetic thing. He was for a while. And then he was also talking about some kind of tube.
An underground tube.
Yeah,
right.
But and also a magnetic rail. So, well, wait. No, the magnetic was that underground thing, I think. But in any case, it's going to take too much investment, I think, for people to do that now. Okay, so I have another question here for John Fuller, real quick here. It has when you have multiple insurance policies, John. Here's a person who said they were in an Uber, okay, and they were injured in an Uber. Now, Uber says the guy's app was off and they're not going to cover it, but they said, how could it be off? I was in it and I hadn't been dropped off yet. What do you do in a case like that?
That's a really interesting scenario, but I think the proof is going to come in discovery. You're going to be able to get logs of that driver's app, the precise times that it was engaged and not engaged, as well as when the crash happened, and you're going to be able to reconcile those two. I mean, either he was or he wasn't, and I mean, Uber's right to the extent that it was not during a ride, but I don't know if that meant that the driver somehow turned it off or indicated that he had delivered the guy to the location, or exactly what the circumstance was. But I think factually, the fact that you were still in the vehicle makes them claiming that it was not during a ride very, very difficult. I think you'd prevail on that claim.
All right, hey, John, does uninsured coverage, let's say you are on an Uber ride or Lyft or whatever, does it follow you there? So even though Uber provides $1 million or whatever the current amount is, I would assume that uninsured follows you everywhere. Then the follow-up question is, if I was on the back of a motorcycle, if I rented a motorcycle, if I rented like one of those weird-looking things in Vegas, a three-wheeler deal, does it follow you everywhere?
It does, but there are many policies that exclude coverage for motorcycle accidents completely. And so you would want to make sure that your policy either does or does not have that language in there. That all started back in the MedPay days, where they were allowed, in fact, just by statute, motorcycles were excluded from the MedPay statute. And from that point forward, we got into any number of different carriers that tried to exclude coverage for motorcycle accidents altogether. Generally speaking, your UM benefits are going to apply when you've been on a motorcycle accident, but there are policies that exclude that completely, so you want to make sure.
All right, Shlomo, is that really the name here, Shlomo? I mean, I'm saying it like it's spelled.
Yes.
Shlomo has an issue. Go ahead. What's happening?
Well, I live in Jerusalem.
Yes.
And since October 7th, which was a Saturday, quiet Saturday morning, and all hell broke loose.
Oh, my God.
Within 2 days of that, we started getting terrible PR, which was outrageous, to the point where I said, I got to do something. I'm not a great writer, but what I can do is read and transmit. So I started posting. I posted on Facebook. I posted on about 5 different social media groups. Facebook was the one that really got the most interest.
What were you posting about? Was it what were you posting about? I don't understand. You were posting about the incident?
No, more so than the incident is actually what was really going on in the Middle East. Because I watch CBS News on cable here.
Yeah.
I watch.
It was all BS coverage. It was all BS coverage. They could have covered this way better. Those people did things to people that you can't even imagine, and a lot of it wasn't covered in mainstream media.
You cannot. Anything that you think you've seen, it's worse.
Wow.
Let me guess, Facebook. Let me guess, Meta blocked you.
Well, it gets even better than that.
All right, could you hold on? I'd like to come back to you. I want to give you more time, Shlomo. Just hang on. We'll come right back to you right after this.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. Denver's
This is a
talk
good
station
call.
and iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a crash coming through downtown, northbound. It's up past 6, maybe approaching Colfax area. Traffic's actually tied up back to Broadway. We're looking at some pretty heavy stop and go there as you make that push heading into the Central Valley. Again, that's northbound north of 6th Avenue. 270 is running a little slow still for us. Other than that, we had a couple of off-freeway crashes, one at 136th and Zuni, another one at 45th and Tower. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Facing production swings or a tough skills gap? Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Professionals makes hiring easier. Find your local office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster for contract and full-time jobs. Visit ExpressPros.com.
You know, I want to talk to Jordan Chiano. Jordan, I want to say a few things about the annuity product you guys sell. I want to focus in, there is a 17% bonus, but I want to focus in on the long-term care. Unlike a lot of policies out there, there's no use it or lose it. And if you really think about it, the leverage on your money, 2x, 3x, $100,000 deposit into annuity could create $300,000 in long-term care expenses, and it's tax-free long-term care withdrawals guaranteed for life. Not only are you getting a paycheck, but if you fall ill, you get the long-term care, and many people can't afford it. What are your thoughts on that?
No, you hit it right on the head there, Mark. It's the issue that we are seeing rise every single day. The cost of long-term care is over $10,000 on average here in Colorado. So for anybody who doesn't have a long-term care policy, they're in for a rude awakening. These annuities that we offer give you not only that bonus, but has that long-term care doubler. So you hit it right on the head with, say, if it has $100,000 or $200,000, it'll automatically double to $400 to help pay for that long-term care needs, whether it's in-house or at a facility.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. If you're between, say, 55 and 75, and you have some kind of lump sum out there from savings or an IRA or a home sale, maybe you're downsizing, you need to look into these products. I guarantee, and I mean this, it is going to be a good adding on to your retirement. The bottom line is this. It's guaranteed money every month. You get a check right in the mailbox or ACH, however you get it, and the long-term care benefits are crazy. And with the bonus, let's say it's $100,000 for easy numbers, your account value is $115,000 and growing day one. This is a great product the closer you get to retirement or when you're in retirement. Some people convert all their retirement at some point in their life into annuities, and I'm not kidding. I want you to call these guys and check it out. Go to mymoneymyway.com. Just go, make the phone call, talk to them about everything. mymoneymyway.com. Hey, tell Jordan it's way too early to be talking about that movie. We'll start that next week, not this week. That's
okay,
insane.
Right. He was just curious. He wasn't. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, thanks. All right, I'll be back. I got to go check something in the basement.
Good,
Go check.
Brown bear.
He's like a princess today. He sleeps till after 9. I'm up at like 5 in the morning, miserable with no coffee. Sleeps till after 9, getting his beauty sleep. Mark.
I haven't slept till 9 o'clock in 30 years.
It would be rare that I do. Usually involves drinks from the night before.
I sleep at 6:30. That's extra time for me.
I'm up
Yeah,
about
that's true.
2:30 every day.
You're what?
Up about 2:30.
In the morning? That's just your sleep cycle?
I haven't heard an alarm clock go off in years.
So what, are you in bed by 6?
No, usually 8:30. Get about 5.5 hours a night. Then I'm up. Yeah. Period.
Yeah. I'm usually up between 4:30 and 5. Sometimes I can force myself to sleep, but generally not.
My wife can just sleep right on through. She could get 8 or 9 or whatever, whenever you wake her up, you know.
Yeah.
I wish like hell I could do that.
Well, I'm such an early bird.
Like, look at those headlines on the CNN. I wonder what the unexplained circumstances were. A torpedo from a
unknown submarine.
Yeah.
Has the lowest prices guaranteed.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hello, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Shlomo says he lives in Jerusalem, and since the attacks October 7th that we all heard about, he has been posting to social media because he said it was really not reported accurately. The horrors and the terrible crimes against humanity were not getting across in mainstream media. So he was posting. He says it was more horrible than anyone could imagine. And what happened as a result of this, Shlomo? What is going on?
Well, first I want to tell you, I appreciate you, Tom. I've been listening to you for 25 years. I've spent over a decade in Denver, and you've been great. So let's go back to the posting. It wasn't only the horror, it was also the lies, and I proved the truth against those lies. So I've tried being basically the Walter Cronkite, get the news out, the true news, not the BS that's been coming out. So all along, my account has been spoofed. My email account has been spoofed. I've gotten apologies from Meta every time I proved as the spoof. In fact, they wanted to monetize my account because I was drawing so many people to it. At the top, I had over 5,500 people viewing, direct viewers of my posts, which I figure at least times 4. So we were talking about 20.
Yeah,
20,
for sure. But Shlomo, may I ask you a question? This is an important question. Give us an example of some lies that were being perpetrated. Give me some examples.
The business with the photographers not being part of the original battles in the kibbutzim, killing people. The photographers, I forget what they call them, but the photographers that are working for the news services all over the world are also part of the terrorists. That's one. Some of the missiles that supposedly were sent by the Israelis and hit a hospital. It turned out it was the terrorists. They couldn't aim right. They hit their own hospital. There was so much going on, but what really got to me was the fact that Meta decided to take me off, put me on, take me off, put me on, and then they tell me they want to monetize me. Then I get an email last week telling me they were putting me on a 180-day ban unless I send them a counter because my posts don't meet their corporate standards. I said, well, great. Show me what it is that upset you. Well, they won't do that.
Yeah, they never do. They never do. It's all a one-way street. I've always found that odd. They say you're violating community standards, but they don't tell you what those standards are. So yeah, they don't tell you what they are. So when did they say?
I found a back. So I found a back door. The back door is if you verify your account, which costs some money. And you verify through Meta, then you're able to talk to a human being, and it's not AI that's judging you. I talk to the human being. The human being tells me, "Oh, we're going to check into it." I get an email back from them. We had AI check, and you're out. But and there's no second chance of speaking to anyone. You're now banned for life.
But why?
That is insane,
but why?
Shlomo.
Because a lot of people that are anti-Israel, anti-Jews have been bugged by my posts and have complained to them.
God.
And that's the community that's the community that I'm being leveled against. These idiots. I feel like I'm living in do you remember the Superman days down from the 50s? The Bizarro world? I live in Bizarro world.
What I want to know, though, did they give you any specific posts that you did that they wanted you to remove?
None.
God, it's weird.
Look, if I did something wrong, I'd be happy to remove it. But they haven't shown me anything.
And this person you talked to, can you Yeah, can you call this person that you had been talking to? Do you have a number for this person?
No. It's only it's through their verification email, and there's no talking to anybody. I don't even have a name.
Golly.
It's the verification department.
There's nothing you can do about it?
The reason for calling is just to let people know this is going on, and the BS merchants are just they're lying across the board. And the good people in the U.S. and I've got people in Romania, I've got people in Philippines that are listening to me. I've got people all over the world. These people. They're stuck. I don't even know. I don't have their names because their names are part of the Meta system. And I was stupid because I didn't write them down. Anyhow, I've moved over to Telegram. And if you go on to, that's another thing. Instagram is owned by Meta, right?
Right. Were you banned there too?
Off Facebook, but not. No. I'm on Instagram.
That's crazy.
Which is totally ridiculous. So what I've done is I've posted onto Instagram where I am on Telegram, which is another social media post, which people can then find all the posts that I'm putting out now.
So
because there's plenty that.
Are you on Are you on X as well?
Hitting the general news.
Are you on X?
I tried X. it doesn't really work because I'm not posting anything of my own. I'm finding the truth, whether it's from the Jerusalem Post or Ynet Daily. If I find something that's truthful, I'll repost it. But I don't sit there and type up my own posts.
What? Give me an example. What are some of the latest posts you've done? I mean, I'm wondering are you still posting about October 7th or are you posting about other things?
Oh, no. No, I'm posting about things that are happening today, whether it's things that are happening in Israel, whether it's things that are happening in the Strait of Hormuz. And I realize what it is that people in the States are seeing because I watch CBS News, I watch NBC News, I watch all these news reports, and I see what's missing. So I try to fill in the truth when I find it.
So why do you think mainstream media, they truly do seem to have an anti-Israel bias? They do. I mean, I watch the coverage. Why do you think this is happening?
I don't understand it. I don't understand the world any longer. Black is white and white is black and up is down and down is up. It makes no sense to me.
I mean,
when you see people, you see the butchering that went on, and there's butchering going on all over the world, and you don't hear a word. You don't hear what's going on in Nigeria.
No, I'm sorry, Shlomo. I'll let you finish up, but I promise you, I'm controlled a bit by the clock. If you could be so kind as to hold on, we have more coming right up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, impact traffic.
2 new issues on the main highway to start off your afternoon commute. Northbound I-25, a crash blocking 2 left lanes at 8th Avenue. Also looks like police are in the right shoulder here just after that exit from 8th. Seen about 20 minutes of delays with stopped up traffic back from Lincoln and Broadway. North of there, southbound I-25, a crash in the right lane at Spear Boulevard. This one seeing slow traffic back from 38th and Park Avenue. A 5-minute slowdown there. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
GreatWesternBuildings.com is the website where you will find a true factory for steel buildings. If you want a barn, if you want a garage, if you want a church, for example, they do giant buildings. They do small buildings, everything in between. GreatWesternBuildings.com, 100% American steel, guaranteed for life. Direct to the consumer in all 50 states. In fact, they ship internationally. GreatWesternBuildings.com.
Most watches.
Oh, poor kid. Hopefully it helps her.
You're going to have a son-in-law.
I know, and I love him to death. He's such a great guy. He's so good for her. It's just, you can just tell they're the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Yep. She's a tiny bit of a wild child. You'd probably never know it meeting her, but he's very grounded, and they just make a great couple. Really, really impressed by that kid. It's not really a kid. He's going to be 28, I think, in a few months. Anyway.
Oh, boy. Did you read this thing from Bo? He said the pilot they had in Alaska was 19 years old.
I saw that.
And
Thanks a lot, Bo. You're real reassuring, Bo.
Oh, yeah. 112
Thank
hours.
You. Making me feel better about my choices in life. I'm all trying to impress Mark, even
no,
if
they're really doing. They really do build time. They go up there when they're new, so they can build time and get jobs.
All right. Well, why don't you fly your heli up there then and take me to the glacier?
I'm not saying they're not good pilots. I mean, I'm just saying that they're usually new. Unless there are some retired military guys that love doing that kind of stuff. That would be great.
I'm hoping that's what I get, but that's not what Bo indicated, and he did the same flight that I'm doing. So Bo said the kid was 19.
Well, I guarantee you he didn't have 112 hours. He had to have a commercial license at least.
And that takes a lot of hours to get a commercial license.
Yeah, you have to have a commercial. What is it, 200 hours?
I think 200, 250.
Yeah. And then you have to do a flight test, a certain flight test.
Right.
Do they have to do an emergency test? To see
of
how
course,
they
that's
handle
always,
things?
you have to do that for everything.
Just give Suze a couple shots before.
Shit, I'm going to take a pill. I'll try to impress Mark. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this helicopter ride.
But Suze, I'm telling you, they're really safe. Helicopters in general are pretty safe. They really are.
Well, they're safe until they're not, right?
Well, yeah, but normally, if you really look at the accidents, they're really usually a fuck up by somebody. They're not usually falling out of the sky.
I mean, if Kobe Bryant can go down, anybody can.
Yeah, I think it's a potential fuck up. That's
probably a pilot.
That was a pilot error,
Yeah,
but
not
I'm just
up
saying.
with his IFR conditions. I think,
Yeah.
if I remember reading.
Like, well.
Yeah, most of the time the wire doesn't move to the helicopter.
The wire.
Yeah, like a telephone wire.
Oh.
It doesn't move so it hits the helicopter.
Right. It doesn't move out of the way for you. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I tell you, I was impressed with Tom. I didn't know his ability. He's a good pilot. You shouldn't have any problem going up with
I've had plenty of friends and family go up with Tom.
Yeah.
if he remembers to bring his iPad.
Yeah. I love my iPad. I always get pissed when I don't have it.
Okay, I'm back.
Wow, that was a long time in the basement. What'd you do? Did you take a soak in the hot tub?
No, I should have, though.
We're just talking about my impending death on the glacier. Did you know?
No
Bo
one's
said
saying
that.
that.
His pilot for that glacier, Mark, was 19 years old. 19. Tom and Chopper are saying those pilots up there, they're for the tours. They simply do those tours for time. They're generally newbies.
Well, I didn't say they're bad. I didn't say they're bad.
No.
No.
No, you just said my risk of dying went up.
In a roundabout way.
Going to China and the latest on Iran and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
All right, I do want to finish up with Shlomo. I appreciate him shedding light on this. Give your parting words, Shlomo. We do have a few minutes before I have to go. We got your message, and I want to know how we can follow you.
Okay. Go on. My last name is Fisherwitz, Fisherowitz. If you'll go on to, I've sent your
okay, my producer.
I forget who, your producer. I've sent him my links, and you're welcome to use all the links. One thing that is very important I haven't mentioned yet. In the States, everything is black and white. Jews and Arabs are at each other's throats, but that's not the truth. I was in Eilat in a hotel last week. It was totally mixed. We have Arab doctors, nurses, pharmacists, bus drivers, police, army, accountants, supermarket attendants, and we get along. I live in a neighborhood that has 3 Arab villages around us. Everyone shops together. Are we buddies? No. We have a life together? Yes. I have a list of at least 10 famous Arab pro-Israel people that go onto public media, but chances are you've probably never heard of these people. Have you heard of Yosef Haddad?
No.
Or Sarah
And
Zalabi,
and
or
I'm gonna put out
Nahamani?
your social media that you've left with us so people can follow you. I have to run now. God bless you. Thank you for calling us. We appreciate it.
I just have a quick question. Is it just your first and last name on Instagram? Okay, perfect.
Just thinking about.
Oh, you'll send them?
flying in the
Okay,
helicopter up on the glaciers.
You're thinking about my death?
Your shirt.
Out in scout camp up by Albert.
Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
Oh. That's the name of a super neat.
Hey, do you know those games you play and you see ads when you play the games? You know, you see ads in between. Suze?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Well, I found 5. Now, I will see if it's real, but 5 pairs of Levi jeans, 5 pairs for $29.95.
Not real.
Well, I just ordered them. We'll see. I mean, there's probably a possibility. It's some kind of closeout sale. You think it's going to be like
Levy?
You think it's going to be not real?
I think I just figured out why
There
Tom's
is no
credit
way,
cards
man.
always get ripped off.
Even Costco and Sam's are over 30
I hope
bucks.
you did like Apple Pay or something.
No,
and
I
didn't
did
just put
something
your
I
credit
can
card in
contest.
there.
I did a credit card I can contest. But this is, listen to this. They were 5 pairs of jeans for $29.95. Levi, 501.
I just want to point out that you're the troubleshooter.
Okay.
That's all.
Right.
I think Tom will be calling the show next week.
We'll see what happens. It was such a good deal.
Next time I'm hosting, call in and I'll help you.
Okay. You guys are harsh.
I don't know, like those sort of those games that come up in ads or. What game was it? Candyland or
Mahjong.
Tetris?
Well, what do you call it? Mahjong? Or?
Mahjong?
Yeah, I love that game. I have 3 different ones.
Mahjong's fun.
They're different kinds of mahjongs, obviously, but
yeah, I know.
I love
Yeah,
them. I
know.
just love and I never thought I'd like them, but I like them. But I play a lot of games. I do a lot of word games, and I like crosswords.
I love Sudoku. Do you like Sudoku?
I haven't done much of it. I do like it, but that wasn't my jam as much as word games.
Ah, gotcha.
What's that one everyone's playing now? Wordly or something?
Wordle.
Wordle?
Yeah.
Oh, I do Wordle every morning.
Yeah. Yep.
On the New York Times app.
That's how Diane does. She ain't satisfied unless she gets in.
Yeah, I do that one,
So many
and there's
rules.
3 of them on there. I do the Wordle, the Spelling Bee, and the Connect 4 or whatever, where you pick 4 different categories. That one sometimes is. I don't get that one that much.
That one can be tough.
Oh, you do that one too? It's my 3 little games every morning.
Yep, same here.
I've never gotten a guess on the first try on Wordle. Have you, John?
No.
Doc drives me nuts. He puts the same
I do
word
the same
in the
thing.
first.
But like today,
It's
I
a
got
do?
none.
Oh, but he doesn't count that as a try. So when he says I got it in 2 tries, he means after that.
No, that's not how it works.
I know. We've tried to explain that.
Yeah.
He doesn't think, what is it, I'll do.
Yep, that's what
Counts.
John uses too. But John counts it as a strike.
My wife
it's so
uses
weird.
a
So if he
different
gets
word
it in
every
2,
day.
he literally
Me too.
says it's 1.
I don't.
I will literally look for inspiration on the news for a word.
What's the one that has like a little riddle and you have to get jumbo or something? You have to get.
I know what you're
I don't
talking
know.
about.
Mark likes categories. I think that one's dumb.
I love Fox categories.
Yeah.
I normally can get the riddle before I do any of the words. Jumbo, I think it's. I don't know.
Something like that.
Mark, did you get my text?
Let me look. I don't know.
Yeah, let me know.
Oh, I just got it now. No. In fact, I've already clarified that. You're in an email I'm literally sending.
Thank
it's so
you.
funny how we're always thinking
That's
the same.
so. Mark and I, do you do that with your wife, John?
Look
like
at
you'll
your
say
email. I
something
literally
and
just
you'll say
sent it.
something random and like whatever, and she's thought that same thing 20 seconds before. It's so crazy how
or
often
even
that
the
happens.
same time.
At the same time, you do that with your wife?
I'll give you an example. I was thinking of how sexy Suzanne was, and she was thinking of it at the exact same time.
I've never done that. It was like, do you want to go eat?
And she was thinking of what a wonderful man I was, and guess what? I was thinking of it at the exact same time.
Oh.
You wouldn't believe the anti-Israel and the anti-Jewish texts I'm getting. Unfucking believable.
Judge, listen to this. There was I think it was on their Supreme Court in Pennsylvania that actually pulled his Dem card today, and he's taken a lot of shit. He finally came out and said this anti-Jew shit is absolutely the worst I've ever seen, and the party is going absolutely crazy, and no one's sticking up for him.
That was Alan Dershowitz that said that a couple of days ago.
Dershowitz.
Yeah, Dershowitz.
Dershowitz is a famous attorney.
Now they want to basically pull these guys from the party, too. It's crazy.
Dershowitz is my favorite Democrat.
And you know, Tom, he's been
I can't believe any Democrat would vote Republican now. I mean, excuse me, any Democrat would vote any Jew would be Democrat right now. I can't see where anyone would.
I can't imagine why.
I mean, it's amazing to me, and people that are siding with Iran.
Let's think of how sick that is. People that stick up for Hamas. I mean, are you fucking kidding? They were baking kids in an oven on the 7th.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. We were one of the first shows to have people from Israel on, remember? The next day or a couple days or whatever. It's amazing.
I don't like Trump going to China. I think Iran's going to think they got the advantage, and of course they'll find out. That ain't true, if him being in China or not.
Yeah, when you text...
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We got Major Marc Mager at the home studio. We have also Sue's at the main studio with John Fuller, attorney at law for personal injury. And we are here to serve you. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Everyone loves Frank. I swear to you that no one has ever has ever used him and had a complaint. Their houses sell quicker and for more money than anywhere on the market. And by the way, he'll do a free analysis of your home to tell you what you will get in this market, and he'll give you his best estimate based on all of the factors, and he's pretty accurate. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Let's talk to Shannon seeking advice here. Shannon, what's happening?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, what's going
I
on?
feel like I'm in a little bind.
Yeah?
I listen to you, and you always have advice. You say, don't pay a contractor before the work is done. And so during our home remodel, we had paid because he kept, doing some things and buying things. So we paid him $50,000, and we came to find out that he actually wasn't able to pull permits within Greenwood Village. And so he kind of lied about that, and then we were seeing things that were not to code. And he installed a shower head that was literally like 3 feet off the ground. And we're like, what what is happening? And so we ended up firing him.
What was the name of this company, Shannon? I need to know the name of the company or the contractor that you paid $50,000 to.
His name is Tevin Hamilton, and he's like BPS Construction or something like that. And yeah, he told us he could pull permits.
Now, when you said you paid $50,000, what was it for? Like, did you actually get materials or anything at all before you paid that money?
Yeah, we were seeing our loan. They had to do certain things, so they had like done piping and they had done some furnace work.
Okay.
And we kept asking for receipts, but, we were seeing, like, enough work. We're like, hey, that kind of makes sense. So we wrote the check, and so we started seeing, like, all these errors.
How much total was the contract? What would the total job going to be? How much?
It was about $200,000.
Okay, and so how much of the job is actually done right now?
Well, when he finished it, I mean, it's just, I would say 10% done. And he argued that it was 75% done. So he then put a lien on our house for $103,000 because that is 75% of our contract.
Oh.
Now, we have pictures and we have all the documentation that it was nowhere near.
Well, you can have that lien removed, by the way. A lien is simply a claim. It's not that doesn't mean he's right. So let me get this straight. You've paid the guy $50,000. Now, if I asked him in his mind, does he feel that he did 75% of the job? Is that what he thinks he did?
That's what he thinks he did. That's what he's claiming.
And you're saying that your experts are saying he did only 10%?
Correct. Which is a huge difference.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how you could have such a big difference. Yeah.
Well, here's the good news for her. I mean, basically, he sent a intent to lien, I assume. Then he actually placed the lien. He's got about 120 days to basically file a case against you in court and get you served, and then you have your time in front of the judge. So you bring in your expert, he's going to bring his in. I mean, this is how it's going to rectify itself.
So
how does it work?
Okay. Here's what happens. First and foremost,
a lawyer because it's so expensive.
Yeah, but listen, you better if he starts foreclosing on this lien, you're going to have a problem. Do you have a lot of equity in your home?
Well, it's a home we were going to move into, and now
but
we
he's got to, Tom. He's got to win in court and get a judgment before he can even think about foreclosure.
Right, of course. But what I meant is, if he starts the process, that's what I meant to say. So if he takes you to court, he's going to want to prove that you owe the money. He's going to get a judgment. Then he can take the house. And we've seen this happen, by the way, from people who said they couldn't afford an attorney. They were in the right, but they lost the case. So whatever you do, Shannon, you better get an attorney to help you. Okay? Here's what you need to do, though. You need to get evidence. You say that you have experts. Are they experts that actually put in writing what they thought was done and what it was worth?
I have one of those, and then I have the contractor I ended up hiring to do the work.
But you better document everything.
Everything is incorrectly done.
Okay, you better document all of that. Now, this guy's claiming he did 75% of the job. Does he want you to pay any more money, or is he willing to walk away for $50,000?
No, he wants me to pay $103,000.
In addition to the 50 that
in addition to the 50. Okay. 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 You need to hire someone, okay? You really do.
We know just the guy, Tom.
We do know the guy, and thank you for mentioning that. This guy is great, by the way. Tell her who it is.
Shannon, it sounds like you're near the tech center, and Neil Hollington's office is actually at the tech center. So his name is Neil Hollington, and he has a free initial consultation. He's not a sponsor here. We don't get a kickback, but we've referred a number of callers to him. And he's extremely experienced, and all he does is he does this kind of, contractor law, and he can A, protect your home from foreclosure, and B, see if he can recover anything for the shoddy work that this guy did.
This guy is really good, Shannon. He's really, really good, and he's not that expensive. Really, he's not for what he does. And I have to tell you, you can't afford not to hire an attorney, okay? And I'm sorry this is happening to you, but I would see him first before I went ahead and hired any other experts, because he might have specific things he needs for the case. But you need to get this lien. You need to get the lien removed as quickly as possible. And then, as Dimitri said, you need to go after this clown for more money. You don't think you got $50,000 worth. Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can. And that's probably what you should do, especially if a lot of the work had to be redone. How do you know the new guy is good? How do you know this new contractor is any good?
Well, I checked all of his references. He ended up finishing the job. The house is finished and complete now.
Oh.
Is it good?
You documented everything.
Is it what?
Is the job well done?
It's well done now, yes.
And did you
speak as an expert witness on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I did want to ask one question. Do you have a picture? Sure. Do you have a picture of the shower head being installed at 3 feet?
I do.
I would absolutely love to see that picture and post it, because that seems unbelievable.
Now, really, Shannon, are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't a bidet or something? Was it a shower? Absolutely sure it was a shower.
Wait a minute, Tom, we also don't know how tall she is. What if Shannon is maybe 2.5 feet tall?
Yeah, right.
This is the appropriate.
No, truly.
She's a midget.
What did the guy say when you showed him a 3-foot tall shower?
Well, we took him in there and we said, what on earth are you supposed to do with this? And he said, well, I looked at the directions on the box and I installed it directly.
You got to send us that picture.
What are you talking about?
I looked at the directions on the box.
This guy,
make sure she sends a picture.
Did you look up his guy? Did you find him?
Yeah, I found his website.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Our shower is on there. It's literally
I see
on
it.
It's like
with the 3-foot head.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. Is it kind of like black tile? And Shannon, is it black tile and there's a glass door that you walk into?
It's green and white.
I see
it.
it.
You see the wire?
The shower head.
Do you see the shower head? Wait. Give me the website. What's the website? I want to look at this.
BPSremodeling.com.
BPSremodeling.com. BPSremodeling.com.
And you can see the dude's reflection in the glass shower door as he's taking the picture.
Yeah. He thinks it looks so good.
Come on.
The wire dangling. There's a wire dangling over the photo too.
Is this the right site? Is this the right site? And where do I find her bathroom?
Just scroll down until you see the pictures.
Oh my God.
What's the deal on the dangling wire?
By the way, if people want to look at this, it's BPS.
All over.
It's BPS. It's Bravo. It's Bravo Papa Sierra. BPS
you
Remodeling.
Guys are almost anti-sending people to our YouTube page to see it. It's kind of incredible.
Well, what do you mean anti? I mean, I didn't know it was. I didn't know anybody put it up there.
We're giving out 300 different ways to see it, where we could give out one.
Oh.
Well,
Mark's got a point.
Isn't that horrible?
Yeah, Shannon.
I can't get the pictures to load actually now.
The pictures aren't loading on your computer, but they're here.
Yeah. Okay,
Look,
that's
the shower.
Oh my God!
And
Look at
this
the
is
shower
a
head.
reflection of Tevin taking the picture because he's so proud of that job.
Yeah, it's a little more than 3 feet, but it's definitely not a shower.
Look where the control is for for the water temperature.
You're right. No, I know. I mean,
it's usually like right around your belly button.
and he put that up as a stand. Go ahead.
We laughed because we said, "Oh, this is like the belly button washer?" The nipple
Yeah, that's what
washer.
it was, the belly button washer for sure. That is a joke. That is really a joke. I mean, this guy, and he put it on his website.
That's only one of many problems.
It would be
is.
good.
And that's only one of the very many problems. He did junction boxes up in the ceiling in the attic for like fire hazard. There was leaking the shower pan in that shower. We had to rip that entire shower out because the minute you turn on the water, it started leaking through the ceiling and dripping into the main floor. I mean, I'm telling you,
Shannon, the good news is if he has an insurance policy, then Neil Hollington might be able to go after it. I mean, this dude, especially if this dude didn't pull permits. I mean, all of this that I see in this photo, that's all permit required work, isn't it? Are you sure he has a contractor?
He posted these pictures.
Well, I think the guy who installs a 3-foot shower head, it probably is the same guy who would post that picture on his website. But
you know what? We are not giving this guy a chance to explain. In all honesty, let's get him on the air and see what he has to say. That's only fair. Maybe there's something she's leaving out, like once again, she's a midget or something.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Let's try to get him on the air. That's a great idea. So, Axe, call this guy. Tell him we have a call. Or get one of the deputies to call him to get him on the air. This is terrible, Shannon. I mean, what's funny about it? The guy is putting it up as a picture, as an example of the good work he does.
Maybe he thought it was a dog wash.
I mean, it really is. It is comical. It really is. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We do have to take this break. We have more coming right up.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com, 800-LifeLock, 1-800-LifeLock, or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
John Fuller is our personal injury expert, and he is our auto accident expert. And today he's a guest on the show, and I want to ask him straight up the difference between a case that has minimal insurance versus large limits and what you can do to help yourself in that regard. John?
That's really a great question, and it kind of goes back to that whole concept I mentioned earlier about, what would you do if you knew you were going to get in an accident tomorrow? So if you look at an accident like, in my office, it's almost like you're sitting down to a game of cards, and the first thing you do is look at the cards and see what you've been dealt. And so when I've been dealt a case that has robust limits and stuff like that, it opens up a world of possibilities because we can help our clients get the medical care that they need. And if our clients need a surgery or a specialist or really advanced care for a particular kind of injury, we have those options available. Even if they're not insured by health insurance or something like that, we still have opportunities. But on the other hand, if we're only dealt the minimal limits, or we've got somebody that has no insurance or a liability-only policy, and we're really dealing with a very small, tiny sum of money as the maximum possible recovery, then the opportunities to get them the help that they need just don't exist. And so, there's a ton of people out there in the world that just don't have health insurance and don't have really big limits and stuff. And I got to tell you, those people just cannot get the same level of treatment for injuries that people that have good limits have. So I just encourage people to really give some thought before you go out and select a liability-only policy, or before you go out and get one of the policies like Fred Lawyer or something and waive your med pay and don't select uninsured motorist. Many times those decisions can have a profound effect on exactly how much we're able to tap into when you've been in an accident and you or your family needs that medical care?
Because the percentage of people, John, that don't have enough insurance, there's so many of them out there, you are insuring yourself. So this is a benefit for yourself. Underinsured or uninsured and medical payments. That is what John Fuller fully recommends. 303-597-4500. Call at the first sign of trouble. Talk to John personally. 303-597-4500.
You know, we have been talking about annuities for years and years and the benefits of them. You got to get the right annuity, and I'll tell you this, Jordan and Joseph Kiana will never steer you wrong. Their annuities come with a 15 to 17% bonus day one that starts growing. Then when you actually turn that income stream on, listen to this. If you ever fall ill, it has long-term care benefits. That check doubles. I want you to take a piece of that IRA the closer you get to retirement. And if you're in retirement, and buy the right annuity, something that guarantees you money every single month that you can't outlive. You could live to be 120. You're still going to get it and has long-term care benefits. Reach out, talk to them. They'll do all the legwork. MyMoneyMyWay.com. Simple as that. Go there now. MyMoneyMyWay.com. Hey, Axeman.
He's on the phone.
Make sure he gets that damn picture. Or, Dimitri, can you send it to Suzanne?
Dimitri's he's not here right now. I tried to find, for some reason, I can't get the goddamn pictures to load, but I would send it.
I can't find
Yeah,
it.
I can't
Suzanne
either.
can't find it.
Nope. Yeah, it's not. I can't get to it on Chrome, Edge, or Firefox.
I don't know. You know, it's funny, but he was able to bring up the site, and I can't do it.
I can't either. I want to see those so bad.
I mean, he has great pictures. I don't know why his computer on my Wi-Fi can get that site to load and I can't.
It's probably his site, man.
Yeah, browser settings.
It's probably on another site.
Maybe he shut it down real quick.
Yeah,
no, it's amazing. I just can't. And they can't get it to load either. They can't get it. You are on BPSremodeling.com, right?
Picture from her.
X, can you tab out of Nate's line so we can see the subject? If you don't tab out, it's just gray to us. Thank you. Oh, question, Tom.
Do you want me to say like my hair?
Mark,
you know, I had beautiful brown curly hair up until I met Tom.
What are you saying? It's no longer beautiful and brown?
Not brown.
It sure is curly.
It's far from brown. It's got brown highlights.
Do
you want me to email? And I've got
Our son calls him
natural
the silver fox.
I got
or Sue, send it to, or Axe. It won't do me any good. I can see it from yours. It's crazy, man.
I mean, I can't believe anybody would do that, though. I've got to see it.
It is. No, it is. It's basically, if you're standing there, it's up to your waist is where it is.
Wealth.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Listen, this BPSremodeling.com, what really gets me is as part of his website, he puts up a picture of this shower. And I swear to God, if you walk into the shower, the shower head would be pointing at your belly button. Exactly what she said. It literally would be waist high. Waist high. And he's put a picture of it on his website as an example of good work that he does. It's crazy. Nate, you're on the line. Go ahead. By the way,
she needs to snapshot. She needs to snapshot that website. I mean, any judge that looked at that, I'd love to hear his response to it.
No, it's crazy. Hey, Nate, you have a question? Go ahead. What's going on with you?
Yeah, no, I'm following up on that email I sent you yesterday or the other day about the cold callers and telemarketers.
Yes.
Because I've been getting like 15 to 20 different calls a day, and I put the stop and the opt out and everything, and they just keep calling and calling and calling.
Why do you think they're calling? Why do you think they're calling you, Nate?
I don't know. I think one reason also, like in 2000, this has been almost 10 years, I had a merchant cash advance when I had a business, and I paid it off, but ever since then, I've been getting all, for 10 years, it's all the merchant cash advance people, so I don't know why I'm getting all these, just tons of them for like, people calling me about healthcare. You got healthcare options, and people calling me about everything. I mean, like mostly it's like loan stuff. Hey, I've looked at your application. It's like, who are you? I haven't turned in an application.
I just don't understand it. Have you, does it all come to one email address specifically?
These are calls.
Or are they calls?
I get some emails. Mostly it's calls. It's all like, and then
Okay,
I used to
got
like,
it.
go to
And when you can block numbers, or do they keep spoofing numbers?
They keep spoofing numbers because I'll block it. And I stopped recently just because I didn't know, I'd heard some people took legal action. I wanted to kind of save some.
Well, Dimitri has taken legal action. He's taken legal action against people and gotten money for it. How have you done it, D?
Well, Tom, funny you should mention it. That was while we were talking, I was just preparing for a trial I have on Monday in Denver County against the telephone spammer. So
it's not that one guy that was bold about it, is it? Or is it
somebody? They're all pretty bold about it.
They are. So tell me what you do. Give him some tips on what he should start doing to gather information.
Well, first you got to figure out who's calling. So a lot of these calls are scams. There's nothing you can do about them. You can't sue a scammer because you can't find them.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
So he has to, what I do is I figure out if it's a legitimate telemarketer or a business that's trying to sell me some product or service. I look them up, I see where they are, and then I'll determine whether or not they're suable and collectible. And then depending on how many calls I got, I'll sue them either under the state law or the federal law called the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. That's the federal body of law that addresses this kind of stuff.
You got to try to find out who they are. So do you feign interest? Is that how you do it and make them think you're interested? Or does that fall prey to, does that make you vulnerable?
No, you can do that. That won't hurt your case. You just won't be able to claim any damages for subsequent phone calls from them, right?
Okay.
Now, I've never had to do that because I really go after the easy ones that are identified and identifiable. So I haven't had to, but a lot of people do. Now, Tom, here's the important part, though. Our caller should do two things. He needs to get on the no-call list, the federal no-call list and the state no-call list.
Yeah, and I just did that.
And you're already on them?
And I just did that. Yeah, and then the other thing I do is one of them is these people calling about Anthem Healthcare and Blue Cross.
Oh yeah, yeah,
time, so they have,
those are lead generators. That's called lead gen.
But it's not Anthem actually doing it.
No. But you can still sue Anthem if they have a legitimate business relationship with this lead generator.
Really?
So, now here's what I found that was really valuable. I used to get a lot of spam calls and texts. They came to almost a complete halt after I filed my first two lawsuits.
Oh, really?
There are people out there who are crawling through court records for this kind of plaintiff like I am. And then I got on a bunch of blacklists as a result of this. And then these people sell these blacklists to telemarketers.
Like, do not call for
so
sure.
Most days I don't get a spam call anymore. Most days.
I don't get any. I don't get any.
I probably get maybe 2 per week now.
And I signed up for RoboKiller. It seemed to work for a while, but it doesn't seem to work.
But why don't you get some leads and call us back when you identify literally who the party is, maybe ask for more information, okay? And once you get that information, call us back. And we can give you step by step.
And there are lawyers who take these cases on a contingency.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're a huge TCPA is probably the most litigated body of federal law right now. And there are firms all over the country that do nothing but TCPA lawsuits at no cost to the plaintiff.
Yeah, so once you get that information, call us back, Nate. We would love to help you step by step, or you can find an attorney who does it on contingency. That's a great idea. How much per incident do you get? How much, like for the first offense, what do you get? What can you sue for?
Federal law, the statutory damages are up to $1,500 per call or text message.
Really?
Yeah, under the state law, it's only $500.
Now, do you sue under both?
Well, it depends on how many calls or text messages are received. So my trial that's on Monday is against this guy who only sent me 1 call, right? So I can't sue him under the federal law.
Oh, wait, is federal more than 1?
Yeah, federal law allows you up to, they allow you everybody a freebie.
Okay.
But a second they place a second call to you, you can retroactively, in other words,
sue
the
for both.
1500 applies to both calls.
Have you ever sued for federal?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did they settle most of them?
Yeah, both of my TCPA lawsuits last year settled. Mm-hmm.
And then for state, you go to court,
Mm-hmm.
and what will be their defense?
Well, what will be their defense?
Yeah, what do they usually have a defense? What do they say? They have a relationship with you?
Yeah, one guy claimed that he had a business relationship with me, but he was never able to prove it. And the other one, actually, he had one of those lead gen companies send me junk text messages. So
he's hiding behind that.
Yeah, and I firmly believe it wasn't his. I mean, he just didn't know the liability he was taking on by hiring a lead gen company that just spams everybody in town. So those are some of the defenses. There really aren't any other ones. I mean, it's a very hard charge to defend against.
Yeah. David, go ahead, sir. What's on your mind, David? Welcome.
I have a tenant landlord question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Grandkids inherited a house when their mother passed away,
Yeah.
and they became landlords by default. And they've been renting it out for 3 years without any issues. But an issue just came up with the stove, the heating element in the oven, the bake element.
Yeah.
Went out,
Yeah.
and the tenant wants to replace it herself, and just wants them to give her the heating element. And she said she'll replace it herself. Who would be responsible if something goes wrong with that?
Well, I would say the landlord is ultimately responsible. I mean, I would never let that happen with a heating element in an oven. I mean, first of all you do is unplug them and plug them in. Most heating elements are simply plugged in. Right. Okay, if that and they might have a set screw that you use, but I still would not let the tenant do it. I just wouldn't. But if the tenant did it, the landlord is still going to be responsible because the landlord used the tenant as their agent. I mean, they said, "Here, go ahead." I mean, I wouldn't do it. John Fuller, don't you think that's risky if you give your tenant the right to do a repair like that?
Yeah, it probably is.
I mean, really, it's just safer to go and do it herself or do it himself or to get a handyman to do it. That's what I would do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, David, thank you for calling. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255. By the way, renewhomeinnovations.com, the most beautiful, talking about showers, they have shower heads at the proper height. They have the most beautiful walk-in showers. They do it in 2 or 3 days. And listen to this. You have a year to pay with no interest. Italian porcelain. Renewhomeinnovations.com, 303-904-2000.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Ryan Schuling, Tom Martino, Michael Brown Reloaded, and Dan Kaplis. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
Through downtown, crew still working on a crash, I-25 northbound at 8th Avenue with 2 lanes blocked. Lots going on here with stop and go back from University. Seeing about 30 to 40
okay, he's not there.
delays into the downtown area. Out west, I-70 eastbound, a crash blocking 2 right lanes between 44th Avenue, Ward Road, and Kipling Street. This one seeing a 5-minute delay. Back to downtown, I-25 southbound, a crash partially blocking the off-ramp to Spear Boulevard. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster. Buying custom blinds shouldn't be complicated or stressful. That's why
Mark says he's doing 60 and you're doing 60.
Okay, thanks.
You save big on custom blinds. Ordering takes minutes, installation is easy, and we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
I want to tell you about Martino Capital and some of the technology we use. Every morning at 4 a.m, we download 20,000 securities and we rank them and we develop them into sleeves that are custom fit to our investors because we do personalized portfolio management. This utilization of technology is just one of the many things that we do. And we urge you to get a checkup of your portfolio to find out the difference. I promise you, if you have a great deal, we'll let you know. But if you're interested in having someone babysit your nest egg and help you grow it over time, please call for a free analysis of your investments. I mean this. I've been serving consumers for 50 years, and this is a wonderful thing to do. 303-771-HELP, 303-771-4357, martinocapital.com.
You know, I kind of want to pick up where Tom just left off. Think about this. You have a consumer advocate of 50 years, more than 45 right here in Colorado, that became a certified financial advisor. He's got all different kinds of products, and Tom had no idea I was going to do this right now. But I need to tell you this. Every single dime that he has is invested with himself. I don't think you can ask for anything better than that. The other thing I love about Tom and what he does when it comes to Martino Capital, even if you have, say, like under 100,000 or even 15,000, they will give you free advice. They won't even charge you a penny up. They'll help you open, say, a Schwab account or wherever you want to do it. They'll give you financial advice at zero cost. But if you do have some wealth and you want someone to take care of it that actually has their own money in the pool, you need to reach out to Tom. You know, the unique part is you're going to talk to Tom up front. You're going to talk to him, schedule a meeting. You're going to have meetings every single month. What your money's doing, what your goals are. They don't just set it and forget it. They communicate with you all the time. Please reach out to him. And it's simple as this. Simple as this. You can also remember this. Help at troubleshooter.com, but martinocapital.com.
But it was like the coolest thing because it was fucking hotter than Blue
Yeah.
Ridge in like July. But we had like club level seats. You could go inside of the air conditioning and all that.
Man, yeah, I'm jealous.
great.
Mark.
Okay, we got more photos.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
John's seeing Kenny Chesney at the Sphere in June with his wifey.
That's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's bucket list for us.
Yeah.
He puts on a great show.
I know.
Great
I've
show.
seen him years ago. I saw him years ago. Years and years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we did too. It's probably been 10 years since we saw him.
Okay,
At
this
least.
picture gives a lot better idea.
Do you have it?
Okay, I'm working on it. Give me just a second.
And I would once again say this is 4 feet.
I don't know
Put
why
this one up.
you guys could get all that to load because I mean, there's not.
No,
picture
we're
one
getting
on that.
them directly from her.
Oh, okay, because there's not.
I'm going to
picture
run this
on
one
that
through
site.
Grok and ask.
Okay, I'm getting them all. Hang on.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's amazing. You can upload this picture, and it'll tell you how high that fucker is.
Unbelievable. Unfrickin' believable.
Okay, here we go. It's thinking. Its agents are working. I have 5.
So wait a minute.
agents
It'll
working on
actually
it.
analyze that photo?
It will tell me exactly how.
No shit.
Will it also tell you why the guy installed
have
it
no
so
idea
short?
how.
I can't. That photo's weird. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. But this first one he sent is saving all funky. It's not saving as a JPG. It's just bizarre. So I'll have to work with what I've got. Add photos. Welcome photo. Add.
Okay, we were all a little off.
Okay, how much?
95 inches, which would be basically
No,
5 feet
that's not.
6 inches.
No, it really was. It's
95
not.
inches is 7
No,
feet
it's
11.
absolutely not
Oh, wait,
5.
Wait. Hold on. No. It's talking about the damn rainhead. Hold on.
Oh my god!
No, but the rainhead, isn't that the one that was on the wall?
It's on the rainhead is on the ceiling.
There's
In
a
the-
Oh, it is? There was
Yeah.
one on the ceiling? Okay. I didn't see it. This rainhead, I didn't notice it.
I emailed the photo to everybody.
Okay, it says the control valve is 4 feet 6 inches.
Okay,
So
I received advancedhair.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Sarah is looking for advice on an eviction. Sarah, go ahead. What's going on with you, Sarah?
Hey, Tom. Hey, good to talk to you. I have had a tenant since December 2024.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting a lot of late payments. There were issues. It all kind of started up last August of 2025. Well, I guess it really started in November of 2024. And ongoing, you know, her mother had passed, and I understood all that. I've been very lenient and gracious. It built up to about almost $8,000. She did catch up with $500 here and there. And there.
Wait a minute. How much does she owe you right now?
Right now, she owes me $6,100.
Oh, no. You got to do something about this.
Exceptional. Well, and her lease, Tom, is up actually June 15th. I was just trying to get her gone so I could get a new tenant in there. And I was doing all the paperwork myself. And then yesterday in the mail, we got served some papers. She now has an attorney through Colorado Legal Services.
Wait, an attorney for what? She's 61. Wait a minute. What do you get an attorney for when you're $6,100 behind? What is she? Honest to God, she got an attorney to represent her for what?
Yes, that's what it says. It says, I know, I'm just wanting the rent. It says, since I requested to have her evicted, she had the right to stay. It says that my demand has several deficiencies.
Oh, yeah. You know what? There are a lot of weird things. There are a lot of weird things right now that you need to do. And I would call Brad O'Brien Legal Services. Don't screw around with this because they've made it so difficult for tenants, for landlords right now. It is so lopsided. However, let me just explain something to you. You are, in my opinion, you're absolutely going to prevail. I mean, if she's $6,100 behind, they might get you on a procedural error here or there. That's why you need Brad O'Brien to do this. Okay? Let me give you his number. You really need to hire him immediately. 720-370-7388. olslaw.com.
Thank you. I knew you would have an answer.
Yeah, and listen, I'm telling you that what they're doing, they're trying to get you on a technicality because there are a lot of technicalities. And in fact, you have to have a good reason to evict. But if she's $6,100 behind, I have no idea what did they say the deficiency was out of curiosity? What did the letter say you did wrong?
One says, the demand required notice required must also include a statement that a residential tenant who receives supplemental security income disability under
Oh man.
as amended has a right to mediation prior to the landlord filing an eviction. Well, I don't know anything about that.
I've never heard about that. That's for someone. Did it say for someone on SSDI? Because she's on SSDI, she has a right to mediation?
It doesn't say SSDI. It just says Social Security Act.
Listen, I would definitely, you definitely need to call Brad O'Brien. You definitely need to call him. Let us know what happens, okay? Remember, it's O'Brien Legal Services. Brad O'Brien, you'll talk to him. And please do it as soon as possible. Thanks for calling. 303-713-TALK is our number. What's that? I'm sorry. Did she have something else to say? Anyway, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, impact traffic.
Through downtown, crews still working on a crash, I-25 northbound at 8th Avenue with 2 left lanes blocked. Lots going on here with stop and go back from University. Seeing about 30 to 40 minutes of delays into the downtown area. Out west, I-70 eastbound, a crash blocking 2 right lanes between 44th Avenue, Ward Road, and Kipling Street. This one seeing a 5-minute delay. Back to downtown, I-25 southbound, a crash partially blocking the off-ramp to Spear Boulevard. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by
crazy, this shower. This shower's crazy.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster. Buying custom blinds shouldn't be complicated or stressful. That's why we make it simple and affordable. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Ordering takes minutes, installation is easy, and we guarantee they'll
make
fit.
sure.
Blindster.com.
Yes, sir.
You know what I love about them? They have heritage. Yeah, more than 65 years, started by the granddad, and the grandson now runs at 950 on 950 West Evans. And let me tell you something about them. 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding and doors, energy efficient, wonderful products, great value. That's what you get with Gravina's. 303 Gravina, 303 Gravina, or Gravinas.com. Now, you want to talk about heritage and you want to talk about price and value. EuroPlumbingColorado.com. They tell you this: the best prices in plumbing. Period. You want a water heater? $14.99. That's with the new Low-Nox water heaters. No one can touch it. Europlumbing can repipe your entire house too with PEX Plumbing, and they'll do the best job at the lowest price. EuroPlumbingColorado.com. You will love the job. You will love the prices even more. 720-500-3000.
Most
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah?
We have an out-of-state show fan that's going to be in studio Friday. If you want to come in.
Okay, cool.
Let me know.
Out of state from where?
Yeah. Oh. Oof.
That'll be fun.
I want to say Alabama, but honestly, maybe Texas. They're from Texas.
Good. That'll be fun. I'll do that.
Nice couple.
Yeah.
It's a husband and wife.
Okay, cool.
Have any? Did he do his?
No, because we got busy. Oh, there was that live in
BPS is funny. Oh my God.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Yeah, do Scott.
Yeah, I will.
I just thought I missed it.
You
if I fall asleep, she does this and it wakes me up.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear
That's
you. That
weird.
she breaks wind. Is
got
that what
this,
that's called?
This ESP, this vibe.
Look at that shower head. My God.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty comical. But the dude has the gall to lean her house for another $100,000. That's unmitigated gall.
Look at the quality.
Did you have to leave a message?
Mm-hmm.
For the
contractor?
Yeah, I think he blocked the number after the second time.
Nice.
So.
Really?
Shocker.
Let's light him up if he blocked it.
We'll try one more time.
All I know is when the shower head falls off for some reason.
Do you know that the doctors have no idea how my fungus went away this quickly?
Hose pressure.
They have no fucking idea.
Wait and then say.
You're aware of it.
Yeah.
Only happened once.
That's true.
I don't know why.
Have you had a chance to test your...
My sugar? No, I haven't done it when I'm feeling that right now.
Yeah, you have the machine. So
I have a monitor that was just ordered for me. It's at home. I got to put it on.
Continuous glucose. Yeah, it's important to get like today's readings because that's your normal state, right? And that way you can see if you ever reach that state again. You can see how too high or too low.
Yeah.
Or the same.
Shower too, right?
You're right.
We do. It's a steam shower.
It's in the same.
You know, it's funny when
So
with all the shit I've been through, I always
out
wonder, is there something lurking they haven't fucking found? You know what I'm saying?
That's like at the bottom of the corner of the shower.
I'm just so
And
paranoid.
that is
God almighty,
attached
am I
to the
paranoid?
steamer, which is
I just
behind
am.
the wall in our closet.
So does it do a good job?
I remember that one time I told you, I'm coming back, and then I had a series of setbacks.
Would you put your clothes in it to?
But this latest one with the ulcer being gone and the fungus being gone,
it's
they
really,
did say
really,
it is
really
remarkable.
bad.
She said it's remarkable that in 2 months it went away.
Like,
2 months.
You can't see across the other side
Yeah.
of the shower.
And I followed my
I
diet
had this
strictly.
brilliant idea.
And
I'm like, I'll sit in the shower
I wasn't
and
zero
read my
carbs, but I was
Kindle.
very low.
Oh,
And then I
hell
also
no.
followed
You can't do that. You can't dick around on your
acidic
phone.
stuff and
Your
stuff
phone
that
gets
Kimberly
all,
told me.
like,
And
all wet. You can't
no
even,
alcohol,
like,
none of
touch
that.
screen,
I think that
Probably
had a lot to do
wouldn't
with it.
want your phone in there to get that way.
But it's got a Spotify's.
Afternoons at 4 on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
What size are those sport coats?
Don't forget appleair.com. That's air with an E, appleair.com for your heating and cooling needs. Let's talk to Shannon. We looked at this picture. Mark, what is the bottom line? What do you think?
44 inches, maybe 50 inches off the ground. That's what I'm getting by running it through AI.
But definitely not standard.
Insane.
Not standard, though, is it?
It can't. I don't even know what standard is, but I would assume standard's above your chin.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And did you put the pictures up?
That's Suzanne.
Okay, well, we're going to try to...
Tom, if you go to our YouTube channel to Troubleshooter Network and look at the live chat, you'll see the link.
Okay, excellent. It's in the link in the live chat at Troubleshooter Network on YouTube. And so Shannon, listen, you need to hire that Neil Hollington. You absolutely need to hire him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, especially since your home is in jeopardy. If this guy tries to foreclose on that lien, then God, look how much you have to lose.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I sent a bunch more pictures of his 75% finished, and I mean, if you want to be the judge of that.
This attorney will make this go away quickly, I think.
The rest of the pictures are horrible. They're horrible.
Yeah.
I think we put this guy on notice, and I think Axe has. And if we have to have listeners reach out, I mean, the court's going to ultimately decide this. But I am so fascinated where that shower head is, and I want to ask him what he thinks.
Yep.
Did you get a hold of him?
No, he tried. He couldn't get him to come on. I don't think he talked to him yet. Anyway. But call Hollington and stay in touch with us, and we will let you know what we find out. Meanwhile, John Fuller has been our guest, and I have a question for him. John, people want to know, how important is a police report? Can you simply exchange information? And obviously, this is one that's not totally serious, where ambulances are called and all that. But what do you say about police reports?
We can live without them, but we'd rather not. Stories change, and those reports are invaluable when it comes to, date, time, place, the circumstances of the accident, collection of witness information, that kind of stuff. If you have a choice between calling an officer or not, please elect to call the officer. It'll pay dividends down the road.
Okay, and
I do want to throw in with John real quick. Just real quick, because I know we're running out of time. I'll let you finish it up, Tom. But I have personally used Fuller, Suzanne, and I twice, once for our daughter, once for ourselves. And let me tell you, he's a wealth of information. He's kind of like the coach. He's going to guide you through these cases. That can be very long when there's injuries. And he's going to maximize the case. He's going to negotiate bills down with the chiropractor and the hospital and everybody involved to actually put more dollars in your pocket. You got to call this guy, and it's callfuller.com. Go ahead, Tom.
303-597-4500. And I've said this before. See, this is what I like. Normally, if you call a law firm and you make an appointment, you go and see them, or you just do a Zoom call or whatever, and then you finally get to talk to an attorney or an assistant, and then they gather information, and then they get on your case, and then you don't know what's going on. And with John Fuller, it's like this. You talk to him right up front. The first time, or I'll call you right back. And he opens your case right there. If you want him to handle your case, that's it. You have the case open. No reason to wait around. No reason to make an appointment for a few weeks out. John Fuller is there. And we mean this sincerely. We've represented him for years for a reason, because he does what he says and he says what he does. 303-597-4500. The website with a lot of information is callfuller.com. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget 303-MARTINO. Save all your problems for us.
Follow Tom Martino.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
KHOW.com.